Collegiate esports action tonight, produced by Esports U. My name is Pyro J. I'm alongside Mr. Bepic. He's that way. couldn't be happier to be beside this handsome co-caster. Bepic, we got the NJCAAE Rocket League action to start off tonight. How excited are you?
Dude, I am hyped. My first time in the booth for an Esports U production, and I cannot wait to see what the NJCAAE has to offer us. These are some big group stage matches, as it's a pretty tight race to get to the top of your group in this format, Pyro. So I'm excited to see in round 4 what transpires.
Yeah, week number 4, we're about midway through these group stages, and like you said, only the top team survives to move on to the playoffs. So cutthroat action here. 2 teams facing off, the Northwestern Michigan Hawk Owls versus the State Fair Community College Roadrunners. It is a bird race to the finish line tonight, Bepic.
Yeah, it's the battle of the birds in this best of 5 of Rocket League. No better way to decide which the better bird is than a 5-game set of RL, and that's an early opportunity capitalized on by the Roadrunners.
Keeping things on at the beginning here. Quick read from the backboard, and you know what? That might not have been on target, Bepic, but fate said that State Fair had to go ahead early on.
Well, you put the ball with that much heat behind it towards the net, you're going to get some panic out of the defense. And speaking of panic, it is a rough start right now for Northwestern Michigan. The Hawk Owls down 2-0 early.
A lot of times you see one team come in a little more prepared than the other. I call this more than preparedness, though, Bepic. State Fair are not throwing shots at the net. They are catapulting bullets. That's gonna work for us tonight, okay? And it's working for State Fair. An incredible start here. Finally, Michigan getting a start of their own. Bepic, you got the quick maths. How many goals are we looking at during one game? We already have 3 in the first 20 seconds.
Oh my, so let's see, 20 seconds, that'd be 15, 45 goals total. So I'm projecting it's going to be a 23-22 final. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. That is what's going to happen, because it seems like when both sides get one single touch on the ball, it usually leads to a goal.
We love to see that. Hot and fast and fresh out the kitchen are these goals coming out here early on. The NJCAAE only provides the best, as you can see, but we're dying down a little bit. No goals in the 10 seconds here, Bepic. I don't know. What am I watching?
I'm starting to get concerned that they've forgotten how to score. Perhaps the defenses have finally started to get their wheels underneath them in this game. Oh, there it is. Finally, my worries have been abated. State Fair, another goal to their name.
Yeah, you just had to say something about it, Bepic, didn't you? Nice pinch, though, on the back wall. You got to credit Dylan for that one. That's the best way to generate speed on the shot. And as you said, take the defense by surprise. It's a lot of those moments where you can't predict your opponent in Rocket League that it tends to go awry for the defense.
It was another one of those send a hard shot towards the net and good things may happen. Speaking of that, not a hard shot, but a great setup. State Fair continuing a solid offensive performance by generating chance after chance. This has been a lights out first minute of theirs. Just one mistake on there, and defensively is what led to that one goal for NW Michigan. And this is a chance to clear the zone, Pyro. They can't do it. State Fair unrelenting.
Yeah, but I like the intuition there. Their objective was to find the breakaway player and clear it out to them. Those are the kind of intentional passes that you're looking for from a team that's trying to get out of a rut. Is don't just clear the ball with no motive behind it. At least send it to a player that's going to start a transition play like what we're seeing here.
Precisely. State Fair wanted to get a 4th up on the board. Transitions the way to do it. That is a solid clear into some space, forcing an errant touch out of the State Fair defense. Spartan out towards the midfield, but it is blocked to the back wall. Good opportunities for Northwestern Michigan. They are making the defense of State Fair do some work, but these defensive tests are being passed right now for the Roadrunners.
They've got those Hawkeyes for the net right now, and they're trying to swoop in and grab them. But the State Fair Roadrunners, they're not making it as easy as it could be on them. But Dylan making these goals look easy as it is. A nice ground shot lands in.
Yeah, just nice placement. Had an open lane to the net. Defense had vacated the zone. I think there was some miscommunication about who should be where, as the player was up on the sidewall, not in position to make a challenge on that shot. Maybe should have rotated back. I don't know what the back line rotations were looking like, but either way, State Fair having a worldy of a game one. This is a phenomenal start for them and a real big statement moving forward.
It's like in a state fair where you have so many different foods to try. You got your hot dogs over there, your funnel cakes there. State fair, they're having all kinds of goals today. Quick shots that are pinched off of the back wall to the goal line. Others that are simple ground shots. They're getting them all tonight, and it looks like they're just getting started. However, State Fair are going to need to take advantage of this big clear. Down to the corner, Reezy. A nice double tap there from the corner. Gonna get another player to Alex out front, and maybe they have a way to get back downfield. That's actually a punch into the net, and it lands in.
A slight misread from Peachy gifts one to Northwestern Michigan. Nice shot by Reezy. Another one of those. Put a ball on net, and good things just might happen. Defense is just still a bit off, but the offense is certainly not. The placement has been on point for the majority of the shots we've seen so far throughout the first 3 minutes of this game. It's just a matter of, can Northwestern Michigan get the possession to generate enough shots to get back from this 2-goal deficit?
Another bullet coming out from State Fair. That one not going in for them. And in fact, to Alex trying to read that down off of the backboard. Doesn't get it. It's a pinch for State Fair to try and get that out of their own half. True Fuzi looking for the midfield pass, but it never comes. And now Reezy, who is really stepping up as a big name for Northwestern Michigan in this game, is trying to make it count on the defensive end. It's going to be a ball that's batted away and a chance for another shot. Nice placement from Spartan. Kicks it in the left post and scores again for State Fair.
That was the perfect spot to put that ball on net. Great awareness by Spartan. I don't know if they knew that Reezy had exactly 0 boost in the tank or what, or just trying to place it so that if Reezy didn't have enough boost to get there, then it would be a goal. But either way, great awareness from Spartan to put in that 5th for State Fair, and they're getting pretty close to effectively sealing this game as a victory. A bit more time spent on the offensive end, and we might see ourselves having a State Fair lead in this series.
Might just, with under a minute remaining, a 3-goal deficit. It's looking pretty solid for them, but hey, Michigan still has Reezy looking to make a path downfield. A nice air dribble. That's going to hit midfield once again. Dylan, sizing up the shot. What does he want to take? It's still challenged by 2 Alex and brought down to the corner. This is basically the last chance for Northwest Michigan to make a play here. The Hawk Owls trying to move downfield. It's a good read from True Fuzi on the 50-50, but it's cleared away again. Bepic, they're losing time.
Yeah, they are not able to follow up the balls they put into the orange end. It's just a strong hit, and if it leads to a miss, then probably a goal for Northwestern Michigan. But it's not leading to so many misses anymore. That, though, was a missed opportunity to clear the ball from the Roadrunners, and it leads to a 3rd for the Hawk Owls.
Love the ability to just never give up. From Northwestern Michigan. They said, I don't care if it's under 10 seconds remaining. We're still throwing shots. We're still firing away. We still want to make a statement in this game number 1. And can they come out with a big kickoff shot as well? It does go a little neutral in the midway, and we're down to 1 second now. And why not a garbage goal to end it? Actually, that won't end it, Bepic. State Fair say 6 goals still not enough. They want a second on the clock still.
State Fair just making Northwestern Michigan stew in this game 1 loss a little bit longer. Just the extra kickoff to say, yep, check out that scoreboard. We are sitting high atop it. Game 1 going the way of State Fair. What an outpouring of offense. We didn't get our 45 goals, Pyro, but still 9 a lot in threes.
Yeah, I guess we'll take 9 in game 1. All right. But hey, what a win. And it really shows you, Bepic, how coming out with an outburst in the start of this series can really help you out, because we saw, 3 goals almost immediately in that game, most in favor of State Fair, and that really held on to some control in the game, I think, for State Fair.
It was these slight defensive mistakes early on in this game for Northwestern Michigan that led to this game loss, I think, because towards that back half of the game, they were able to work their way into the offensive end a lot more, put more pressure on State Fair, and we saw what happened when the Roadrunners had to play more defense. They ended up conceding. Normally in a game like this, you score 3 goals, you're probably winning, but just got to shore up your defensive end because you give up 6, you're probably losing.
Yeah, it's about that way in 3v3, isn't it? But hey, these are two teams that are 2-1 right now. Two teams that went undefeated in preseason.
Right.
Both teams that we expect to really make statements in this match here. It is a statement match and still a lot to be said here. Best of 5, and we only got one game behind us. There could be many ahead still.
Definitely. I think one thing we did learn for certain in that last game is how volatile this series is going to be going forward. But a big series, like you said, for both these squads at 2-1. At this midway point in the round robin stage, you need to be beating teams like the squad you see across from you right now on the pitch, because the top team makes it out of the group. Every loss counts. State Fair knows that, so they're starting off with a goal.
True to their ways, State Fair on the board early on. What a play here from Dylan to force not one, but two defenders, clearing the way for Peachy. Hey, if you can get the defense to stretch, you can usually find a place to score it in.
Well, State Fair doing the exact same thing they did in the last, just put pressure on the Hawk Owls early on, and good things have come so far, but at this point in the last game, already down by 3 with the Hawk Owls, I believe. Still under the gun, but their defense finding saves, finding touches, out to the corner, out of danger, but not yet out of the zone.
Making their way out now, though, is to Alex. Dylan ready on the offensive rotation. Loving the way that State Fair is positioned on these offensive rotations and positioned on these shots as well. Peachy fires down another goal.
That was pretty keen, Peachy. What a shot. Breezy coming off of the back wall, just trying to get some part of that car on the rock, but nothing doing. Placement too nice, and State Fair doubling their lead once more. Another great first minute for the Roadrunners, because I don't think the ball has even touched the orange end of the field. It finally will here, Pyro, but Northwestern Michigan really needs some offense soon.
I hate to say it, Bepic, but are the Roadrunners starting to run away with it already? Oh, I shouldn't have said it, but it's fine. Look at them go. It's a beautiful thing to see, and here they go with another shot. That's just off the mark, though. Normally, that's where State Fair pride themselves on that shot placement. It's been pristine all the way through, but that one just missing the mark.
Well, this is a chance now for Northwestern Michigan. They've been given a gift of not being down by 3 goals. Time to take advantage of it. Use this clearance to put on the press. Got to get close to winning that challenge, Reezy. Although it does go off the ceiling and into the hands of a Hawk Owl player, there's just not enough follow-up right now from these clearances and chances in offense for the Hawk Owls. They are setting up possession nicely, Pyro, but not anywhere close to capitalizing on it just yet.
Does feel like State Fair locking it down, doesn't it? That their rotation on offense to keep those long possessions are just as good on defense. They know where to be positioned. They know how to rotate back posts. They know how to just send one player onto the ball and not 2 like we've been seeing from the Hawk Owls. And that's what's keeping Northwestern Michigan at such a low scoring on the scoreboard. However, clears like this, quick transitions could be the key for them. That is going to be hit away from Peachy. Up for Dylan. A shot downfield could set up a follow-up from Peachy. That one missed, and the follow's gone as well. The third man can't score as well. True Fuzzy finds the save.
Big save at that. That was a pair of open nets missed by the State Fair Roadrunners. Going to be kicking themselves for that, especially if Northwestern Michigan can find a way back in this game as a result. Reezy clears it out. The passing option dives in without making contact. Reezy will still keep control, but a phenomenal challenge in the orange corner by State Fair. Again, leading to a strong clear just as soon as that offense was starting to get going for the Hawk Owls.
I will say for the Hawk Owls, they're finally clamping down on State Fair.
Yes.
This is continued possessions that they're actually getting in front of, and that's what you need to start breaking down State Fair. They have too much confidence right now, Bepic, and in some way it has to be torn down. And if it's by save after save, if it's just by making them miss some open nets like they were earlier, maybe that is still part of the key. Problem is, they can't score and put points on the board themselves still at a goose egg.
Great passing option. Peachy runs it down and then leaves it for the teammate with more momentum behind them. Smart play there in an uncontested midfield scenario. Now Reezy's carry runs out of juice at the tail end, leading leading to more midfield control for State Fair. Now off the corner, Peachy to the back wall. Where's the follow-up? It's Peachy themselves getting another touch and setting up a pass midfield. State Fair right now not taking shots at the net, but they are wasting time, just forcing the defense to jump around, waste boost, get out of position so that the clears aren't as effective as they might be for the Hawk Owls.
You wouldn't think that a 2-0 scoreline in like 3.5 minutes was a time to, all right, clamp down, let's make this the end score. Let's just not let them score. But now here we are with 38 seconds on the clock. And, you know, the Hawk Owls are realizing they've got to put points on the board now, not later. It has to happen right now. Peachy gonna get a nice pass out to his teammate, not gonna connect on it. Dylan with a shot that's gonna go wayward as well. So now Reezy, a chance to move upfield. Spartans there again, under 20. Save actually from Reezy. Gets it away. Peachy another center. Gotta find this ball on the other side of the field though for Northwest Michigan. A shot from Peachy will seal the deal. That's a hat trick in game 2.
That State Fair offense, just a bit too much for the Hawk Owls. So many double commits, so little boost on the side of Northwestern Michigan. And State Fair able to run around that blue end of the field. And, well, this time they didn't put in 6, but they still outscored their opponent by 3. And that is a margin that'll win you 100% of Rocket League games when it is on your side. Ball touches the dirt. Northwestern Michigan in a bit of a pickle.
Oh yeah, we're in best of 5 territory, folks, so getting match point that early is looking really nice for State Fair, not as much for the Hawk Owls. In a position where you're down 0-2 in the series, Bepic, you just got shut out in game 2. What is your coaching technique for these Hawk Owls? I want to hear it all, from changing the strategy to figure out something that's been even a slight vulnerability. What do we need to see from Northwestern Michigan?
Northwestern Michigan is going to have to take more 50s in their defensive end. I can pretty confidently say, are a bit outclassed mechanically by State Fair, at least in this series. So keep the ball out of the air, out of positions where State Fair can outdo you with those mechanics. Up in the air with space on the sidewall. You want to keep it on the ground and just out-challenge your opponent. That is really the one way you can go. Use your brain, use your car control on the ground, as opposed to allowing State Fair to just expertly shoot from the skies and set themselves up with those kinds of passes. A lot easier said than done in what I'm about to say, but stop double committing as well. You got to take a deep breath right now if you are Northwestern Michigan and clean up those backline rotations, because you're wasting way too much boost, giving way too much time with the ball to State Fair.
That's right. Cleaning up the rotations can help reduce double commits. Clean up the comms as well.
Definitely.
That's one thing that can really help you stay more coordinated as a team. Northwestern Michigan are here as a team coming into game number 3. They're faced with the uphill climb of a reverse sweep. Can they pull it off? Oh, that all begins here. They've at least, Bepic, staved off an initial goal from State Fair in the first 30 seconds, something they haven't done yet this series.
You know, typically not a big win in a series when that's the story, but here it most certainly is. Not digging yourself a hole early is tremendous in an elimination game. Northwestern Michigan, they had that at least going for them. That pinch is on and in. Oh, Peachy dashing the dreams of the Hawk Owls with an incredible pinch shot.
You know, I would say, I don't know what to say. That just landed in, Bepic. Now we're at 4 uncontested from State Fair. No, not just State Fair. We're at 4 uncontested from Peachy. No one can score right now on the field except for Peachy. I missed the rule book, the handbook, for when we hopped on DFH Day, but I guess that is the answer. I'm beside myself here, but Northwestern Michigan, this is no time to panic. Only down 1, 4 minutes on the clock. Yes, you were shut out in the last game, but still so much time to make that different now.
But here comes Peachy again, looking for some demos on that back line. Ever so lethal in this series. Spartan a miss, but there's no capitalization on it by Northwestern Michigan. Actually, a chance there, but the touch on the midfield line goes into the blue corner as opposed to onto the orange end of the field. State Fair, it seems, winning the majority of the challenges as well. And eventually, you win enough challenges, you got yourself an open net.
That's just the way it works in Rocket League, folks. Look at the clumping as well from Northwestern Michigan. You saw a lot of the players dealing with the same range on the field. The key to 3v3 is maximizing your range, spacing out on the field so that wherever that ball goes, you've got a player to challenge it. In that situation with a lot of lost challenges and maybe some missed out resources in the form of boost, they couldn't find the goal, and they might not find a save, but that is true Fuzi. To get in front of that one, they've got to save another from Spartan. That will be caught high, though. And Northwestern Michigan getting by from the skin of their teeth.
Reezy coming up clutch on the goal line, keeping this at a 2-goal game, but State Fair still with possession at the moment. It's Reezy to break out. What can they do with this chance? Nothing, says the defense, at least not right now. Through the corner, off the back wall, Spartan up. Spartan taking a challenge with True Fuzi. And True Fuzi will not be able to get through the defense. Peachy, a ton of space to work with. Putting one on net, forcing a triple commit. Pyro, not what you want to see. It's leading to chance after chance now for State Fair.
I will say, though, that is 3 times the chance to hit that ball and to save it, Bepic. And they did save it, and they're moving down the field again. True Fuzi. That shot's not in, but it is a good chance for Reezy, who's got space in the air. Almost gets the better of the 50, but saved away again from State Fair. They take these quick transitions from Northwest Michigan, Bepic, and just shove them right back in their face. I've never seen just a more resilient team than State Fair. Again and again, they send these shots away.
Still pushing Northwestern Michigan. They have slowly but surely ramped up and found their way into this series. Better late than never to get your offense on the board. I just want to see the team that put in 3 goals in game 1, albeit though a lot of those were capitalizing on State Fair mistakes, but those will still happen. Northwestern Michigan, well, speak of the devil, Reezy putting in a shot on an open net.
We've seen so many glimpses of Reezy going Super Saiyan in this game, and he's just missed out on opportunity after opportunity, but finally Reezy smashes it in. Bardilly, you love to see it. Northwestern Michigan, they have a glimpse of hope.
They have ended the drought. They have stopped the bleeding. Now in defense, can they win some challenges? There's a double commit win for 2 Alex, taking it down the field to the goal, but saved the last second by Dylan. That was ginormous by State Fair to make sure there was no quick equalizer.
They've had just as many good saves as they had shots in this series, and that's impressive to see such a well-rounded team. The question is, can they pull up those saves for the next minute? Because guess what? If they can, they're coming away with the win in this series. A very important series. 2 teams at the same record in a group where only the top makes it to playoffs. They've got a chance here to move downfield. This could be the equalizer from Northwest Michigan, but it's saved from Dylan. Back down to the midfield, and a shot from Dylan. He'll go coast to coast for the big 3rd goal.
Clean transition, as always, from State Fair. Catching out that last man. Such a hard position to play from if you're True Fuzi, because you're thinking, do I go now? I can get a quick challenge, and then if I don't go, then maybe he pops it early, and then I'm able to save it. So much to think about in defense, and that's what State Fair has done so well. They have forced Northwestern Michigan to think, and you see the score line. That is how far it has gotten them. Another near open net. The defense is back, but with 30 seconds left, Northwestern Michigan on the wrong side of the field.
Yeah, there is a chance, but the way the series has gone, it feels slim. Can they bring this back around? It's Peachy off of the corner. A big clear from 2 Alex. Reezy trying to read this, but again and again, State Fair in the way. Towards the sidewall, and it's a push up from 2 Alex. Peachy, another touch. Is this another goal for Peachy? Oh, almost the read from the double tap, but it sends it to the skies. Spartan finds another 50-50, and that's surely enough for State Fair to win the series in 3. They'll sweep up Michigan in the series here. A win in 3.
That was a great looking Roadrunners team. That's a team that could potentially take it to the top of Group 2. They played clean at the midfield. Their car control was expert in the air, and sadly, Northwestern Michigan just couldn't keep up with that one. They are a bit outclassed, and they'll have to take it into week 5, try and rebound from this one, as they now sit at 2-2 in this round robin pyro, and it's now 3-1 for State Fair.
3-1 for State Fair. In this group, they do still have some undefeated teams to climb up to and try and get to, but we're only about halfway through the group stage right now, so still time to get that number one spot. This series, a huge statement for them.
I want to know what team took them down, because State Fair looked like a tough squad to beat in a best of 5 in that last one. Just complete dominance from start to finish. They scored 12 goals in 3 games. That is an absurd average.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, hey, looking forward to what we see from both teams, honestly, because what a good showing all the way through. Folks, on the Esports EU broadcast, we are not quite done with the Rocket League action. I know, good news. You'll still see more of me and Bepic here, more importantly. We are going to head to another match very soon, but we may hear from one of these teams right after the break. We'll see you very soon.
Out of the defense, and speaking of panic, it is a rough start right now for Northwestern Michigan. The Hawk Owls down 2-0 early.
A lot of times you see one team come in a little more prepared than the other. I call bullets. That's going to work for us tonight, okay? And it's working for State Fair. An incredible start here. Finally, Michigan getting a start of their
I'm starting to get concerned that they've forgotten how to score. Perhaps the defenses have finally started to get their wheels underneath them in this game. Oh, there it is, finally.
For the net right now, and they're trying to swoop in and grab them. But the State Fair Roadrunners, they're not making it as easy as it could be on them. But maybe they have a way to get back downfield. That's actually a punch into the net, and it lands in.
A slight misread from Peachy gifts one to Northwestern Michigan. Nice shot by Reezy. Another one of those. Put a ball on net, and good things just might.
In this game is trying to make it count on the defensive end. It's going to be a ball that's batted away and a chance for another shot. Nice placement from Spartan.
Northwestern Michigan, but it's not leading to so many misses anymore. That, though, was a missed opportunity to clear the ball from the Roadrunners, and it leads to a third for the Hawk Owls.
Love the ability to just never give up.
This game one lost a little bit longer. Just the extra kickoff to say, yep, check out that scoreboard. We are sitting high atop it. Game one, because the top team makes it out of the group. Every loss counts. State Fair knows that, so they're starting off with a goal.
True to their ways, State Fair on the board early on. What a play here from Dylan to force not one, but 2 defenders. Making their way out now, though, is to Alex. Dylan ready on the offensive rotation. Loving the way that State Fair is positioned on these offensive rotations. And positioned on the... From Peachy, that one missed, and the follow's gone as well. The third man can't score. Spartans there again, under 20. Save, actually, from Reezy. Gets it away. Peachy, another center. Gotta find this ball on the other side of the field, though, for Northwest Michigan. A shot from Peachy will seal.
In an elimination game, Northwestern Michigan, they had that at least going for them. That pinch is on and in. Oh, Peachy dashing the dreams of the Hawk Owls with an incredible pinch shot.
You know, I would say...
It seems winning the majority of the challenges as well. And eventually, you win enough challenges, you got yourself an open net.
That's just the way it works in Rocket League, folks. Look at the clumping as well from Northwestern Michigan. You saw a lot of the players dealing. It's true Fuzi to get in front of that one. They've got to save another from Spartan that will be caught high, though. And Northwestern Michigan getting by from the skin of their teeth.
This will still happen. Northwestern Michigan, well, speak of the devil, Reezy, putting in a shot on an open net.
We've seen so many glimpses of Reezy going Super Saiyan in this game, and he's just missed out on opportunity. But it's saved from Dylan, back down to the midfield, and a shot from Dylan. He'll go coast to coast for the big third goal.
Clean transition, as always, from State Fair. Catching out that last man, such a hard position.
Beachy, another touch. Is this another goal from Beachy? Oh, almost the read from the double tap, but it sends it to the skies. Spartan finds another 50-50, and that's surely enough for State Fair to win the series in 3. Well, Welcome back, everybody. We just wrapped up an awesome Rocket League series. Just saw State Fair get the sweep against Northwestern Michigan. The good news is we still get to hear from our winners. State Fair, welcome Dylan from State Fair Community College. Congratulations on the win. How are you feeling? Did you expect to come away with the big sweep?
We're feeling good. To be honest, I didn't know we were doing a shoutcast and mesh tonight. We came in just respecting a normal game, and coach says, "Hey, you might be interviewed tonight." And I was like, "All right, cool." So just tried to keep the nerves down, and we went into the game and just played it as if it was any other game.
Well, you certainly are getting interviewed tonight because I want to know what you guys came into this match with. What did you guys do so well that you were able to down Northwestern Michigan in 3?
I think our biggest thing that we did well that maybe they could have done better in that match or this series in particular was we held on to possession, kept the pressure up a lot. Um, it seemed like we had control of the ball most of the game. We were keeping it on their end, not so much just trying to shoot the ball, but rather we were trying to get the ball around a player or over a player rather than just trying to put it on net. And I think that's what helped us keep up that pressure. And overall, I think, we were just hammering them with shots and there wasn't a whole lot of pressure on our end overall.
The focus on possession for you guys really
Yeah.
showed. Now, in that first game, it was a bit close. It was a shootout. 9 goals scored. What did
Yeah.
they do well to keep things close?
I think their defense to offense, like counterattacks or transition from defense to offense, was catching us out. They were catching us out on booms, and we were low on boost. And there was a couple times where our rotational defense got awkward, and they were doing a really good job of taking advantage of our little mistakes on defense.
Yeah, that was very clear. But hey, in the end, you guys took the win. So congratulations on that, Dylan. It's been so good to have you before you go. I mean, any shout outs from taking the win for State Fair?
No, other than our school and our coach, I don't think I have any shout outs.
All
Appreciate you
right.
having us on here, though.
Hey, that's fair as always, and hope to see you up here again, Dylan. Congratulations on the win. And folks, we are not quite done yet today. We're going to be transitioning from the NJCAAE over to some ECC Rocket League. We'll be very back soon with more action, and we'll see you then. Welcome on back, folks. We're more with more Rocket League action, and it's the NJCAAE again. Not quite ECC action. We've got the Bismarck State College Mystics versus the St. Clair County Community College Skippers. Mystics and Skippers. Bepic, you couldn't ask for better.
No, I don't know what it would look like in real life if a Mystic and a Skipper were to fight, but we're about to see what would happen on the Rocket League pitch between both these squads, sitting at 2-1 over in Group 4, I believe this is. So another important match, similar stakes to that last series, where we're about halfway through the season. Both these squads at 2-1. It's a big best of 5 for both of them.
Oh, absolutely. And you think about how the last one went too. It was 2-1 teams, as you mentioned, but it was a sweep. You expect it to be so close, and yet we're seeing signs of that match again in its immediacy at Zesty Z.
Is this a repeat of the last series? Is this just the last one recorded and played for us again? It's 9 seconds in. We get a goal. St. Clair County this time on that orange side. Must be a magical end of the field because they got that early pressure, early shot, early goal.
And ask for better if you're St. Clair County. Got an early one indeed from no other than Zesty Z, who's making it happen on the defensive end as well. I gotta just take a quick note. We're seeing a diversity of car bodies as well. Bepic, I spy Phoenix, I spy Octanes, I spy a Breakout even.
Ooh, I like it. Keeping things Zesty Z in this one. We'll see which side of cars ends up taking it, because right now it's a lot more back and forth than we saw that last game. The first minute was all that orange team with the pressure, and there is still a lot of pressure coming from that orange side in this one, but St. Clair having to deal with Bismarck State College on their defensive end as well. I like what I'm seeing. It's not 5 goals in the first 60 seconds.
Yeah, a little more grounding, but also a little more physical. I feel like I've seen a lot of demolitions that aren't really allowing the offensive sets to get prepared and get that playbook running. It's more so disjointed. And maybe that's why we're not seeing the pinpoint accurate shots. But look at this from Mega Dragon. This is about as good as you can get for getting the shot right in between the defenders.
Perfect placement. Had that little air roll action to get the speed behind it as well. That's clean from the Mega Dragon. You have a name like the Mega Dragon, you better be able to shoot with some force, and they certainly did right there. Tied up. Bismarck able to capitalize on their pressure. Didn't like the look of that, but St. Clair recovers and they will clear the zone.
That's right. It's all about the mental game, Mr. Bepic. You gotta pretend like you can't hit the ball and then get it right out for a quick clear. Throw off your opponents any way that you can. Even that killer peanut. Ooh, that's about as lethal as you get in terms of a name. Maybe not a shot, but the follow-up from Pegu and Acorn just about gets on there. It is stretching the defense. It is forcing St. Clair County to really step up to the plate.
And step up they will at the midfield line to keep the ball in that the blue end of the field, rather. Gets sent back to the orange end of the field, and on the back wall, double commit for St. Clair County, but no capitalizations on it. Bismarck sent backwards, having to make a diving save as that shot came in, was on target. Mega Dragon now spearheading this counterattack. Take the ball over to the side and up that corner wall. No follow-up really from Bismarck, so St. Clair allowed space for this clear. That's a problem we saw in the last series from the Northwestern Michigan side, where they couldn't get enough pressure at that midfield line to keep possession. Pyro, hopefully for Bismarck's sake, doesn't happen here.
Yeah, keeping possession and not allowing it to be domineered by your opponent is something that's so essential in this match.
No.
Oh my goodness. St. Clair County getting bailed out by the mismark of, I think that was Killer Peanut.
It was.
Just missed the post there for the shot. So, we're still tied up at 1-1 here, Bepic. And one thing that I have noticed here for St. Clair County, they got the first start. They've also been doing really well in their resource management. When I'm taking a particular look at those boost containers, it is St. Clair County picking them all up.
Well, Routsuka right there as well had 100 boost, and will pick up the midfield as well. So, nabbing it, keeping out of the hands of Bismarck. Jake down the line. Has some help from a teammate. Pushed into the zone. Slight mistouch for Penguin Acorn, leading to a shot. And Zesty Z, a great strike from just outside the blue box.
Nice. Penguin Acorn, that's a good high clear, but not in terms of distance. It's still kind of in the danger zone of where St. Clair County can pounce on it. And you can see St. Clair County, they're coming into this series with that mechanical ability. They're telling Bismarck that, hey, send it up for us again. We'll pull off the flip resets, the demolitions, anything it takes to throw in shots like this. It's Jake to the top corner.
I think in that play there was a demo and an at least attempted flip reset, so you were almost completely right there. It was a great shot ultimately that led to the goal for St. Clair. Phenomenal start from them. They've had to play defense, but they have not let too many quality looks get close to going in for Bismarck. So if you are the boys in blue in this one, going to have to find a way to clear out defenders and make sure touches like the one that should be incoming. Never mind, I thought the defense would be all over that ball, but a miss can do that to your backline rotations, Pyro, throw things into disarray.
Does feel like the score could be tied right now, 3-3, with some of the opportunities Bismarck has gotten, but that finishing factor, that accuracy in your shot taking has to be crisp. You see teams a lot of the time come into game one of these longer series, best of 5, you know, could go all the way to game 5 here. There's time to find that rhythm, but spending game 1, still trying to find it here from Bismarck is leading them behind the 8 ball, and they have very minimal time to bring this back around. It is the Mega Dragon pulling it forward. The follow-up shot there, gonna come off the backboard, and so close for Killer Peanut to score, but again, it gets away from him.
Another close chance to just make this score manageable. Great saves, but all too late. 3-1, likely the final score line. Yes, it is. The ball hits the ground. St. Clair County, great start for them. Simply just a solid performance from start to finish. When they had to play defense, players were in position. They made the touches they had to. If they didn't, teammates were there. And then on offense, they got the job done.
Got the job done. I'd say even more than that. Zesty Z, I just want to talk about him for a second. Some ridiculous air dribbles, looking at the double taps. It's throwing me off, Bepic, because when I started Rocket League 4 or 5 years ago, I started with the breakout. I couldn't hit the ball between the uprights, and now he's using the breakout to make out the best mechanical plays. I'm just still getting oriented here, and what I'm seeing from Zesty Z is just so impressive.
Some players are just that skilled. They can take an abnormal car like the breakout, like even the Dominus. Heck, those plank hitboxes are not easy to use and do wonders with them. So you practice enough in Rocket League, you will get good at whatever it is you are wanting to get good at. And Zesty Z definitely looking pretty good in that game 1. We'll see if it continues here into game 2 or if Bismarck has shut down the openings that they have given up. Pyro, we may have an answer early on.
Plenty of vulnerabilities in that Bismarck defense at the beginning of this game. Love that read from Ratsyuk, though. That's not very simple, is it? I'm praying I'm just hitting the ball there in that sense, but Ratsyuk actually has the shot. That came right inside the left post. What a play. St. Clair County, they couldn't ask for a better start here in game 2.
Gotta give that one a chef's kiss. Zesty may not have scored it, but that play sure was zesty. Pass in, blocked out by Penguin Acorn, leads to a clear. Bismarck, see if they can get some kind of follow-up here. Oh no, that is not a follow-up that you are looking for. St. Clair gifted one.
That's a play Bismarck are gonna want back. And unfortunately, that's not how Rocket League works. There's no flag on the play. There's no instant well, there is an instant replay, but still, we march on. St. Clair County are gonna hold on to that lead, and they're gonna be happy with it. I'm just looking for Bismarck to start to get possession. They've been without it for the first 30 seconds here, and it just feels like we're getting another showing of that last series, Bepic.
It's an early hole to deal with if you're Bismarck, and we saw, like you said, in that last series, when early holes were dug for a team, it was very difficult to claw their way out of it. Zesty Z making that hole ever so deeper. St. Clair got a huge shovel right now. 3-0 in the first minute, my word.
Yeah, you know, this is a scenario where you come into a series, Bepic, and you're not so sure about your opponent. All you know is they really have the same record as you. So it's time to put up or shut up, that kind of situation. St. Clair County, for me, they played more conservative. They were ready to play against any kind of opponent in game number 1. But now in game 2, they've sort of got a lot of confidence behind them. They are throwing in goals like they never had before. And when you get a team like this with fire under their belly and some steam rolling as well, it's hard to stop them.
Well, their shooting accuracy definitely a cause for that level of confidence that they are exuding right now. Ratsiuk, that one's on target, but it is saved. That would have been a beautiful fourth goal had it found the back of the net. Not for the defender. Now St. Clair County having to play some defense. We'll see what they can do in this situation. They'll double commit, but they push the ball into danger first. That is the first check mark you have to make sure is filled in your defensive checklist. And they did it despite the double commit. Still leads to a clear. Bismarck just cannot stick in that orange end.
Yeah, they did double commit. They also got the demolition. So it feels like both kind of negate each other in a way. Oh, that's a team bump for Bismarck, but they still get it downfield. This is even on target. It's followed up by another great clear from Zesty Z, who's trying to get another touch on the ball. That'll take it towards the side wall, and you have many members of St. Clair County ready to pounce on it again. Brought down. The nice dunk there is going to put it right in neutral territory. The Mega Dragon can't get to this quick enough. The save, though, by Pengu and Acorn will keep it alive, but for how much longer? Jake gets the finishing touch on a strong offensive front of St. Clair again.
Oh, the Mega Dragon, even though right in front of them was Pengu and Acorn going for that boost, they still flipped in that direction. I'm not sure what the miscommunication was there on the back line, but ultimately leads to a fourth for St. Clair. Half a game of Rocket League left to play. There is time for the comeback, but this is one of the more difficult ones. That probably should have been the fifth. So Bismarck, kind of a gift to their side, but an ever so small gift at this point of the game.
Yeah, and comeback, we see whether or not that can really formulate in this series. What I want to see from Bismarck is do some damage. Because right now, with that goose egg on their side, they are just hoping to find something on net, something to give them some hope, even if it's to move into game 3 with. This could be that. There's a follow-up shot from Mega Dragon. Turned away quickly by SDZ, who's now moving upfield. The infield passes. Gonna get away from his teammate, but still, an offensive rotation continues. Bismarck, their possessions are rather short-lived for them to get that damage done.
And just a real quick note, we didn't notice this, but there was a substitution made on the Bismarck side. They subbed out the Killer Peanut for Star-Lord, and so far, it's not really been as effective yet as they were hoping. 5-0, St. Clair County in the lead, and Jake is having one heck of a game. I don't... How many is that now, Pyro? That's got to be 2 or 3, I think.
Too many at this point for Bismarck. It is getting a little outrageous for them now as they're trying to make their way back into this. You do hope that substitutions kind of begin that difference maker, maybe turn out an X factor on that team, but it's clear that there's still adjustments to be made for Bismarck. 1 minute left for them to maybe get some points on the board. They've got to get that save first. Pengu and Acorn there to send it away. A demolition to follow to maybe clear the lane for them. Ratio can't get to that quickly enough. It's an open look for Pengu and Acorn. Back towards the corner. They've got to follow this again. A double commit's going to leave that back in the possession of St. Clair.
Not where you want to be. Your other side possessing the ball this late in the game. Not even going to give you anything in the way of momentum to bring into the game 3 that is likely going to have a 2-0 series lead for St. Clair County. This defense been pretty solid for the most part, and then those clears, the transitions for St. Clair have been immaculate. Their challenge game far superior to Bismarck, at least in game 2, so that is one area of the game that Bismarck is definitely going to have to improve upon.
And I wonder if we can blame the last team that took the win tonight just for setting the tone of the 2-1 teams colliding. Because right now, St. Clair County, they not only won the first 2 games here, they also shut out their opponent in game 2. It's like deja vu here, Groundhog Day, Bepic, and we're just living through it. St. Clair County's world, we're just living in it. Bepic, I'm going to throw it to you again, my man, is what are the keys to victory for BSC right now, coming back from a shutout? There's nothing really easy on the table.
Well, in the last series, I focused on what could be done in the defensive end for the team. That was really stuck there for the most part. But BSC, they have done a great job of getting out of their defensive zone, albeit they haven't matched the possession numbers of St. Clair. But when in offense, BSC is going to have to find some way to break down that back line, whether that's passes or demos. I look to the infield when in a situation like this. Try to find your teammates from the corners, from wherever you are, controlling the ball on that orange side of the field. And if you can do that, perhaps you rip some strong shots into that, catch the defense off, and then boom, you're rolling into this series again.
I like that. That's a way to actually create some momentum that seems feasible for Bismarck. Can they do that early on as we're here in game number 3? A chance for St. Clair County to get that sweep, or a chance for Bismarck to start that uphill climb. With a reverse sweep right now, they are getting some pressure early on. It does go just outside that post. A great save by Pengu and Acorn. It appears maybe Bismarck are ready to meet the pace of St. Clair.
Well, St. Clair showing them how it's done. That's an infield pass met by a ginormous save. The Mega Dragon making himself huge on the goal line, but not out of the woods yet. St. Clair still pushing finally. Mega Dragon steps in, says, allow me some more time with the rock, and I'll put it over the midfield line. Now a chance in offense for Bismarck. We'll see if they can stick it there and find something to go along with that phenomenal save we just witnessed.
Oh, they want to use that momentum for their own good, but right now they're back on their back line. They are into the corner, though, and there's a chance to move this out. They're only sending one defender from that back line to move on to the ball, so that is key for them to move up and start that transition. Here it is, Star-Lord up the wall. That's a nice shot towards the corner. Keep that possession going. That offensive rotation, though, it's got to get tighter. They gave Ratsiuk too much time here to move downfield again.
A miscommunication. One player going for the demo, one player going for the pass, although that time the pass off of the clearance going to completely work out. That's an open net. Oh, and Ratsiuk going to put it in. A double committed offense from Bismarck. No one made contact, and they were effectively punished by St. Clair.
I haven't seen Ratsiuk name in the headlights much this series, but boy, oh boy, is this the player to watch in game number 3. Had made a great stop on the other side of the field and then comes up with a sharp angle on that shot. That's a great first goal for St. Clair to reinstate their dominance in this series. The question is, will it stick?
Bismarck was starting to get rolling in this one. They had some good looks, and St. Clair said, no thanks, we're still very much in control of this series. Thank you very much. 3 minutes on this clock now, Pyro. Bismarck in a much better spot in this game than they have been previously in this series, but they're going to have to continue to play solid defensively and then take advantage of the chances in offense here. They get scored on again.
I was with you, Bepic. I wanted to write that narrative alongside you. I really did. But of course, that has to happen. And of course, Bismarck have to see yet another go through their net. You got to admit, you know, we've talked about Bismarck and their rotations and maybe some room for improvement, but St. Clair are threading the needle. They see the vulnerabilities like they've got some special vision, and it's glowing into a big moment again for Ratsiuk. And look at the finale as well, the goal celebration, if you will, Bepic. He is just so excited that he doesn't know how to move. He is belly up, just enjoying the moment.
That was a goal to be excited over. A beautiful read. I mean, the lob, just getting the front bumper of that Fennec underneath the ball to put it over the defender. That was beautiful from Ratsiuk. And it was an important goal as well, because these 3-goal leads tend to be the point in a Rocket League game where we start to think maybe this one's pretty close to being over. There are 2 minutes left, but St. Clair's a lot of momentum and a sizable lead to back that up in this one.
Yeah, momentum in the form of 8 uncontested in the last 2 games. This is a drought from Bismarck that they simply want rejuvenated from, replenished on this shot. It is Star-Lord, the substitute to the Mega Dragon.
Well, the Mega Dragon, I think, is the player, if the ship is going to be righted for Bismarck, is the player to do it. That big save in the goals, the one goal actually in game 1 was the Mega Dragon as well. So they have done, I think, pretty much the most work for Bismarck. We'll see if they can find some sort of magic to clean up this game. But right now, make sure you get out of your defensive end unscathed. And Penguin Acorn does just that. Great pass upfield, but the defense once again thwarts things.
I've thwarted it indeed so many times. Bebby, you mentioned magic. Well, who other than the BSC Mystics? Maybe throwing in a little bit of that power from Merlin the Mystic and throwing in some magic that they need for the win. It may be a miraculous effort to get back into this game. They need 2 goals in the next minute, and they pounce on that shot, but still can't find the goal. Ball's taken to the other side, coast to coast. Zesty wants a piece of it. That breakout landing above the ball, though. He's looking to dump it off to a teammate. They're hammering it down along the sideline, but it's Star-Lord again, that playmaker earlier. Can he make another play here for the pass? It is in the midfield in dangerous territory right now for St. Clair. It's a bomb towards the net. It forces 2 on the save, and they do get it away, but St. Clair being forced into awkward situations.
They will get out of it, though, and that is the big storyline throughout this series. St. Clair, when they've had to double commit, or I guess not had to, but when they have double committed on their back lines, they've been able to get out of it relatively unharmed. And then in transition, they look scary, just like that from Penguin Acorn. Bismarck looking scary in transition, but they still can't get that ball right there in the back of that orange net, way down the field, away from the play right now. I think that just about seals it. Pyro, 10 seconds left. We need to go right here, right now.
Oh, they're trying. They're trying. The ball is in the zone, but it is going to go away. St. Clair County find the win in 3. Another sweep for our NJCAAE action tonight. Bepic, we sure have written in stone some truly domineering teams in these divisions.
Definitely. I can't believe how that was almost a carbon copy from the first series, with just the orange team being completely dominant with possession. They looked a bit outclassed, that Bismarck side, but they have plenty of positives to work on in the future. Round 5 for them, going to be a good one.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that was an incredible second matchup for the NJCAAE. We're going to move it over to ECC Rocket League in just a moment, so stick around. You expect it to be so close, and yet seeing signs of that match again in its immediacy in Zesty Z.
Is this a repeat of the last series? Is this just the last one recorded and played for us?
We're so disjointed, and maybe that's why we're not seeing the pinpoint accurate shots. But look at this from Mega Dragon. This is about as good as you can get for getting the shot right in between the defenders.
Well, so navigate, keeping out of the hands of Bismarck. Dig down the line. Got some help from a teammate. Push into the zone. Slight mistouch from Penguin Acorn, leading to a shot. And Zesty Z
again will pull off the flip reset, the demolition, anything it takes to throw in shots like this. It's Jake to the top corner.
Again, that play, there was a demo and an attempted flip reset. Z definitely looking pretty good in that game. Well, we'll see if it continues here in the game for Bismarck to shut down the opening that they have given up. Pyro follow-up here. Oh no, that is not a follow-up that you are looking for. St. Clair
That's a play Bismarck are going to want back. And unfortunately, that's not how Rocket League works. There's no flag on the play. There's no...
Here, Bismarck, and we saw, like you said, in that last series, when early holes were dug for a team, it was very difficult to claw their way out of it.
Get that damage done.
And just a quick note, we didn't notice this, but there was a substitution made on the Bismarck side. They subbed out the Killer Peanut for Star-Lord.
I wonder if we can blame the last team that took the win tonight just for setting the tone of the 2-1 teams colliding. Because right now, St. Clair County, they not only won the first two
clearance, completely work out. That's an open net. Oh, and Horatia going to put it in. A double committed offense from Bismarck. No one made contact, and they were effectively punished by St. Clair. 3 minutes on this clock now, Pyro. Bismarck, much better spot in this game than they have been previously in this series. But they're going to have to continue
vulnerabilities. Like, they've got some special vision, and it's flowing into a big moment again for Ratsiuk. And look at the finale as well, the goal celebration, if you will, Bepic. He is.
But St. Clair's a lot of momentum and a sizable lead to back that up in this one.
Yeah, momentum in the form of. We are right back with some East Coast Conference Rocket League. Now it's Pyro J and Mr. Bepic right beside me. 2 more Rocket League teams that are coming back at it. Another best of 5. Who do we got on the table, Bepic?
New York Tech Cybears versus the Farmingdale Rams A team. This is definitely an important round for both squads. Right now, kind of on the different ends of the spectrum. The Cybears 2-0 at the top of the group. Farmingdale Rams 0-1, close to that bottom area. It's not as cutthroat with these groups, Pyro. It's top 4 make the playoffs, but you still don't want to start off your season 0-2 if you're Farmingdale.
That's right. And on the flip side of the coin, if you're the Cybears, you're looking to start with about as good as you can and remain undefeated. Can they do that? Can they make another sweep of the night? We've seen only sweeps in Rocket League tonight, so that appears to be the trend. Epic, I guess we'll just have to find out now that we're hopping on the pitch. Here we go, folks. NY Tech Cybears versus the Farmingdale Rams in a best of 5.
Very interested to see how this one goes. If we get yet another carbon copy, which seems to be the trend of just one team completely dominating possession in the series. So whichever side gets that orange team, maybe a leg up, but it's no longer 2-1 teams playing each other. So perhaps that's the key factor. I don't know, Pyro, but I know if I'm Farmdale, you got to come out firing in this one.
Yeah, it's been quick shots right from the get-go. So here we go, folks. Farmingdale looking to make a statement off of the undefeated NY Tech Cybears. This is where it all begins, and Matt is already colliding on the back line, quickly getting physical here. That orange team, not yet with that immediate goal, Bepic.
No, a big difference already, but in they come. No clearance allowed. Perhaps they'll still find one in the first minute. Otto pressing to the back wall. Off it. It's sent well and away. Mr. Gooch, strong clear. Possession continuing from Farmingdale. Some solid midfield control will be taken away by Matt. Finally, the Cybears a chance in the offensive end. Almost made the most of it. Good bump, good setup. Just couldn't quite find that finishing touch.
Yeah, getting creative with that offensive pursuit. I love the air dribble bump action, take out the goalie and dump off the pass. But right now, a pass from E-Best Drew back to Drew himself is all he's gonna need. Off of the corner here, a great dunk and a great finish.
Great shot from E-Best Drew. He's good at Knockout City from my KOC casting days, and apparently now he's good at Rocket League too. Farmingdale with a much-needed early goal, setting the tone. Now they have to defend against this. What a shot, but a better save. Reigns getting in front of that one.
Worried a little bit. The Cybears look like they're quick speed and their pacing is almost getting ahead of them there. It was a great shot, but also a double commit, so communication needs to be really tied up here for the Cybears as they move downfield again. Here's Gooch with a follow-up and just barely saved to the corner.
That's a great touch. Farmingdale saving a lot of good shots. This is solid pressure from the Cybears. Mr. Gooch can't dish it in, and staying afloat will be rewarded with an open net goal. E-Best Drew, give him 2.
Did he redirect this? No, it was sent downfield. I thought for a second there was
close.
Another touch there, but hey, even threatening that second touch is really gonna put that pressure on on tech Cybears to get back and finally recover. And now you're starting to think maybe the Cybears don't have the better of the pacing. Maybe Farmingdale are the quicker on the field.
Well, so far that's the case. Great win, but there's no third man commitment from Drew, though. Now stepping in, collecting, sent far and away by Costello there off the crossbar. Dangerous look, but once again, the Cybears thwarted by a member of the Farmingdale defense. That time it was the third man, the crossbar, getting it done, but either way, still scoreless, the 2-0 squad.
Oh, that could be their first, though. Off of the post, the follow's gonna go by the wayside. Mr. Gooch wants to follow up, but the defense finally recovers and gets into position. Admittedly, a little bit clumped up on the goal line, but hey, if that's what it takes to get saves, then fair enough. Farmingdale just still somehow acting so resilient and keeping every shot at bay.
They have played an impressive amount of defense in this game without conceding yet. Cybears wanted to pull something out of the hat to get the ball over the goal line. Though, to the Cybears' credit, they've been able to keep Farmingdale out of offense for the last minute and a half or so when it was Farmingdale with a lot of early possession. And eventually you're going to get that goal to fall. Just make sure you don't overcommit in the meantime.
Don't overcommit and hold on to control. Keep those comms clean and send one member up on the play at a time. Right now it's two almost from NYIT. They get the ball out to the ceiling near the box, but it's quickly batted away. Rana is going to look for another, but it's sent to the ceiling again. Matt so close to that read. That's going to give space for Otto. Can't hold on to control of that ball. That reminded me of those rings training, those air rolls, those spinny boys, and all those players are practicing trying to get that aerial to go. But NYIT, no matter how hard they try, they still can't find another. But I'll tell you, Drew's gonna find a quick one again.
Give him the Hattie E-Best. Drew sending missiles from the air into the Cybears net. A great offensive showing from him and the entire Farmingdale squad. They have put together a complete game, getting saves, and then effectively on the other end putting rockets towards that blue goal. Still, minute left for the comeback, but the Cybears have yet to break down that orange back line.
What? There is your moment. Speaking into existence, Bepic. We got Costello there for the roundabout from the ceiling. Still able to follow it up on the drop down. What a play for NYT.
I always know when to set up the narrative. The team just can't score past the defense right when that team's about to score. That was a nice setup from the Cybears, and they finally capitalize on solid offensive play. They have not played a bad game one. They did not deserve to be shut out, so I'm kind of glad they scored the first. But Farmingdale definitely had the best of them so far in this game. It's a nice save by Matt. Either way, though, wrong side of the field for the Cybears.
We've seen this 1-3 scoreline with a minute left a lot tonight, and no team has made their way back. But NYIT, they have shown their caliber, shown their possession, their potential. Maybe they can gain the possession to get that going. It is Mr. Gooch down inside the field looking for that dunk, but still Drew bats it away, doing it on both ends of the field tonight. A long clear is going to shave off so many seconds from the clock. Up to the ceiling again. Farmingdale keeping this out of the way of NYIT. From the sidewall it goes. A bat downfield from Matt Costello looking for that redirect. The follow-up shot's gonna land outside of the two posts. Still out of the way and no point for NYIT. One way or another, it keeps away from them, and Farmingdale find the win.
Wow, what a last-second stand by the post of all things on the field. Farmingdale keep their 2-goal lead despite 13 shots from NYIT. That was a lot of possession from the boys in blue that Farmingdale was able to weather.
Oh, and weathered it so well and turned it over for big goals. There's Farmingdale, Bepic, and then there's Team Drew. He just came to this series ready to play, and there couldn't be a better start for a team that's only defeated versus a team that's undefeated. Coming out big, the tone setter for this series couldn't be better for Farmingdale.
I gotta say real quick, it's really impressive. E-Best Drew was one of the top Knockout City players in North America back when I was casting that, and now showing that he is one of the best Rocket League players in this series at the very least. I mean, looking really solid. His shooting ability is strong. You set him up in the air, looking like he's going to score just about everything he gets his wheels on. So, got to take him out if you're the Cybears, Pyro, but a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, dodge, duck, dive, dip, dodge. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, Beppic. But whatever you can do to get out of the way of the firing shots from Drew, do your best, because he's coming in with the heat. We're getting right into game number 2 and a chance for Farmingdale to take the early lead. And who other? Just take it away, Beppic.
Ebest Drew doing it mostly himself. Otto with the pressure, misses the bump. Drew says, nah, man, I got it. Costello taken out on the goal line. He scores his 4th straight. And apparently, it's just Ebest Drew that can do the scoring for Farmingdale.
That's what it appears. NYIT would love to reshape the narrative to maybe one of their players. And we've seen some very incredible plays from them indeed, but still that Costello combo that we've seen earlier, it needs to be better. We've got to see more of that. Costello hears it, tries to get that shot to find the inside post, but it is still saved. Matt gets a infield pass out to Mr. Gooch. Mr. Gooch, oh, the dump off pass isn't going to be enough. Farmingdale are pouncing on it.
That was a good look, again, for the Cybears. They just couldn't quite find the finisher on Matt. Wants to set up one more, but Reigns there very quickly with a touch out into the corner. Gets a follow-up 50 as well. And then Drew missing the ball. Not what you want to see if you're a Farmingdale fan, but Otto has his teammates back. Farmingdale will clear, but once again, Pyro, it's looking like the Cybears controlling the ball better than Farmingdale and having more chances than Farmingdale. The difference here, Costello puts in a goal.
Yeah, Costello, again, just one of those reigning hopes right now for NYIT. Nobody expects the bounce shot, and there it is, hitting nearly the top bar of the goal there. A very key equalizer for NYIT. When you think about it, Beppic, it took them a little bit longer to score in game 1.
Definitely did. Farmingdale seemingly found a save on everything. Almost a quick response from Drew. Mr. Gooch shutting him down, something we've not seen too much of. Now in transition, the centering ball, Huapa Costello won't be allowed a goal. Mr. Gooch again required to make a big diving save. Drew off that back wall. Otto there for the follow, but a miss will leave Reigns with possession, faking out the defense, doing something in that. Is that the DeLorean? Looked nice, but not a real good play.
Style points don't affect the scoring board, unfortunately, in Rocket League. I'd love to see a casual playlist that does that. I think these players are a little more focused on hitting that ball in the net. In particularly, it is Mr. Gooch with a bullet.
I don't know, that play was kind of stylish. That affected the scoreboard for sure. Cybears finally a lead in this series. Great stuff in the midfield. A pass finally connected into a hefty shot on target. Farmingdale starting to have to play against the Cybears team that is looking mighty dangerous on the offensive end and defensive end.
Oh my goodness, a huge opportunity there for Farmingdale to put a second shot on. Those are the moments, Beppic, when you get the defense to stretch, when you get more to commit on the shot, you want to throw in the follow-up because that's going to break through the defense. They had that opportunity but couldn't connect. Farmingdale, they're going to want chances like that back unless that one goes in as well somehow. Pinch from 2 defenders from NYIT. One way or another, Beppic, they're keeping these shots at bay and still keeping away.
Has the script flipped in the last minute or so? Because now it's Farmingdale with all of the pressure, but it's Cybears making all the saves. That centering ball going to not lead to a shot. It's a good touch out to the side by Otto, slowing things down. But the defense holding strong. NYIT keeping those rotations solid despite hard shots coming in, forcing really difficult saves, and now rewarded for it with a transition that'll buy time for rotations to be, well, never mind that. They're just going to score. No boost needed, no rotations needed.
I thought it was Matt and Costello were the dynamic duo, but lately it's Mr. Gooch and Costello. One way or another, Costello's involved in making for great plays for this NYIT team. just feels like Farmingdale doesn't have that same resiliency that they did during game one. NYIT instead coming up with the big stops and the big shots.
Well, off the ceiling, NYIT another chance to shoot, but that time the defense in the way. Matt extends the play into the corner, runs out of booth, but still finds a touch center for Mr. Gooch. No shot will ring out. Good defense. Finally, another clear for Farmingdale to work into offense. How they generate that second goal. Time starting to dwindle for them into game two. That could be it, but Reigns not allowed a shot at the defense. That was a bad touch. Well, they were there until auto shot.
There's that finishing factor for Farmingdale. They get it eventually. Kind of a wild look there for Ranyas down near the back line, but hey, gets it out to his teammate, gets that shot, and I'd say this is more than enough time to see that comeback, Bepic. If NYIT hold on to this, we will see more than a game three, though, which is different from what we've experienced tonight.
I don't even know what I would do if we went to a game four, Pyro. It's uncharted territory on this Monday evening. 60 seconds left. Farmingdale still time to make sure we don't get that far, but NYIT a great job once again of controlling that midfield. Their challenge game has been on point when they have had to set up offense.
Absolutely. They're able to get in front of it quickly. It takes confidence for team members to make sure they get there. Mr. Gooch, the lone member to defend that shot away and still turns it away. They're really stretched thin though here for NYIT. One player after the other, barely getting to each save. Farmingdale want this shot so badly.
Drew from the ceiling. It's a set. He couldn't stick with it. I was expecting some greatness right there, but didn't have the flip or the boost numbers to get back to the play. So Farmingdale sent all the way back. It'll have to be a late goal for them if they are to equalize. Starting on that side wall, Drew inbound 50 off the ceiling into the box. Matt, a clutch touch into the corner, but Otto and Farmingdale not done. To the back wall. Out to the side goes NYIT. Drew can't read it, and we will have at least a game four.
What an impressive showing for NYIT on defense. How often were they stuck on their back line, batting away shot after shot from Farmingdale? 10 shots and only 2 goals for Farmingdale. That is quite the defensive stance from NYIT.
Very similar to the last game. So apparently it's not who can shoot the most in that series. It's who can save the most shots. Although NYT saving 7 in this one, I think it was 8 in the last game for Farmingdale. So you play a ton of defense, doesn't matter in this one. It's about those transitions and doing the most with the offense that you are given when you're given it.
And as well, it almost feels like that X factor for Farmingdale. Drew had a bit of a slower game this time around. I wouldn't say 1 goal and 400 points is a slow game, but when you are dominating the offense for one team, the team almost sort of relies on that star power. So can that formulate again, or do you think Farmingdale, if they come back, it's more of a team unison type form?
I think that if Drew starts to find his rhythm again, then feed him by all means, but it definitely has to be. Rocket League's a team game. You need to, if you don't have that star player popping off, if Otto doesn't pop off or Rams doesn't pop off, then it's got to be a team game. Find those solid setups and make sure, like I just said, you're doing the most with the offense that you're given. Farmingdale, we'll see if they can keep the pressure on NYIT again and then translate that into some more goals.
Could be a chance for them to do that for Farmingdale early on, but it's nice dunk from Mr. Gooch. Let's see how the first possession works out for NYIT. They've been explosive as of late. Costello has a chance here to ring it around the corner nice and quickly, forcing Otto into a higher elevated position. Matt going for that goalie bump, does get Drew out of the way, but still that defensive rotation very sturdy for Farmingdale. They're returning every message to sender right now.
Well, speaking of returning to sender, Reigns putting that back into the Farmingdale box. Though it was to a teammate, so it smart maybe, but doesn't lead to a clear. This one just might. That's a more effective pass down the field rather than backwards. And Reigns the extension on net. A little bit awkward there on the Cybears back line, leading to a rebound shot. just off. Farmingdale looking a bit scary at the moment.
There is a chance, though, for NYIT to get a quick transition here. Mr. Gooch trying to find Matt. Not quite a Matt with no boost, looking for a quick shot off of the side wall. At least extends the possession for another moment. Batted away again, though, and we are seeing something very different formulate in this series, Bepic. A 0-0 score line will crash upon us. Who better than Costello?
Matt with the setup as well. Forced Otto to respect the double tap potential. Drew the same, and as a result, cleared a lane to the back of that net for Costello. Great stuff offensively from NYIT. They have looked efficient in offense so far, despite Farmingdale having a lot of shots on target and forcing Cybears players up and around the field. As NYIT that have made the most of their setups. Almost won there. Still very well could be, but kept out. Mr. Gooch finally sends it home.
I'm so glad we get to see this replay. How far did that ball go at the goal line here?
Oh.
That is getting the save. Had to be 95% plus in. Unfortunately for Farmingdale, it will not exit their box. It does eventually get scored, but hey, maybe Farmingdale still has that split-second prowess to be able to get back in this game and get a few more of those type of saves.
Well, they battled back in the last game, but
Ooh.
this is a pretty tough deficit to work your way out of. It's that deadly 3-goal one that we mentioned in the last series. What a pass again. That box is starting to belong to the Cybears.
Yeah, call it the box, the paint, whatever you will. The NYIT are painting it blue right now. They've spent all kinds of time putting all their graffiti on it. Little Tony Hawk Pro Skater reference for all you PlayStation players. Anyway, NYIT can't stop still. Pass from the box almost taken advantage of by Costello. Still Farmingdale looking for ways to counteract this prowess from NYIT.
It feels like the Cybears have really awoken from their hibernation. Their offense clicking, firing on all cylinders. That infield belonging to them, and the midfield controlled nicely. Though, Matt does have the ball popped off of the hood of that nice-looking blue Fennec. So Farmingdale a chance to move forward, but the Rams denied again, at the very least, not allowing that infield pass to come through and turn into a shot. So a hefty clear here for Ebest Drew was Reigns. The defense, though, quick to dispose of that offensive for the Rams, and, well, it's back to the drawing board for the guys in orange.
It does feel like NYIT have sort of figured out or studied the playbook of Farmingdale. Nothing's really working out for them unless a double tap there from Drew. Not even Rams can find that goal. Still batted away for NYIT. They're sending it downfield again. Farmingdale, so many good chances just sent back again and again. In terms of a team's mental, like, how do you come back from this? If you're putting everything you have out on the field and gaining nothing out of it, how do you make any sense of that?
Just try something new, whether it is demo play or passes off the back wall that are about as simple as they come. Farmingdale just had a lot of pressure lifted off their shoulders. It starts to wear on you after a while of not scoring, and just having a simple play like that work out, I think, alleviates a lot of that anxiety about having the series flipped on its head. So now Farmingdale, I'm expecting to see a couple more goals out of. Maybe they won't take this game, but give them something going into game 4.
Yeah, that'd be good to have some form of momentum. We're still in a minute, though, and we've seen 2 goals scored in a minute before. They could find their way out of this funk that they've found themselves in this game. It's Drew with potentially an open shot. No, there are 2 defenders, and Gooch will sky up to that save. Costello downfield. Gooch wants to find the shot, but that's taken wayward as well. Otto, nice clear, though, to get it back into possession for Farmingdale. A drop-down shot. Everybody clustering up in the corner, and it's back in the box. A shot there from Ranas is gonna go in, and they're now within 1 from the lead.
That was some clutch shooting, slowing it down, knowing that the majority of that goal is covered, and still having the wherewithal to put it where defenders are coming from. Mr. Gooch coming from the right side of the net, and Ranas put it on that right side of the net. Just slowed it and used the momentum of Mr. Gooch against him. So great stuff there. Still a lot of work left to be done. Farmingdale needs a goal in 10 seconds.
Not much time here. Matt into the box. Follow-up shot from Gooch is sent away. And here's a chance for the breakaway. Ranas downfield looking for the midfield pass. There it is. Can he get up for it? There's the shot! And the equalizer with 2 seconds remaining. Farmingdale are back in the game.
And Ebest Drew setting up his teammate for the finish. Looking like overtime now. What a comeback from Farmingdale. That was tremendous. Kept that ice in their vein. Didn't let the moment get too big for them. Now maybe a chance to win it. Here comes Drew. It touches the ground. Oh my word. That was inches from the win.
Are you kidding me? I didn't even see it at the ground. The whole ball was in the net. Rocket League, we need answers. And Farmingdale, if they don't come away with this win, they are really going to be asking some questions, but they have a good chance here. Ranas battling away at the goal line now. All the momentum in favor of Farmingdale. Again, Mr. Gooch covering that backboard, and that's going to be key right now for NYIT if they want to stop the offensive pursuits of Farmingdale.
Oh, Ranas came in there with an unexpected shot, trying to catch off the Cybears defense. Mr. Gooch, a chance to shoot, didn't make any contact. This is a big swing game. You're right, Pyro, for Farmingdale, because if they don't win it, it's going to take a toll on their mental. Hey, this is a chance, actually. Mr. Gooch, no, has it covered. Ebest Drew, chance to win it where he could not earlier. The fake past one. The flick not going to be past Costello. Good defense from NYIT to not allow Farmingdale to take this one in extras.
You can tell Drew wants that second chance at the final shot in this game, trying to fake out NYIT players, and it's working. In these clutch situations, at times the most comfortable player is the one that comes out on top. That could be Farmingdale if they find another chance here, but the ball is in, Mr. Gooch's lane, but it will get away from him. He does send the ball off of the sidewall here. Drew, it gets away from him. Mr. Gooch wants every single touch on the ball that he possibly can get. Otto downfield, batted away to Drew.
Matt?
Looking for Otto. Downfield. He doesn't even need to score it. It's Drew again, finding the win for Farmingdale.
Oh, the Cybears looked nervous in that overtime. Mr. Gooch with several side flips and missed shots, and then Matt pushing up too far, maybe not expecting that strong clearance from Drew. Either way, Farmingdale, an incredible comeback spearheaded by Ranas and Drew. That was phenomenal stuff, and I'm so happy Otto didn't steal that goal because Drew deserved to have the game winner in extra time.
He did. He almost had the game winner before we even got to overtime, which I just still cannot believe. But
the replay.
Yeah, Otto didn't steal it there. He found the shot, drew the game winner. And, you mentioned that NYIT looked nervous in that overtime. How are you not worried after they come back 2 goals in the final minute, and then you just feel like you're suffocated? The back's against the wall. Farmingdale take advantage of that pressure, and they have the momentum now with match point.
It really did feel like the natural human reaction of, please don't let us throw this game. Although I wouldn't call it a throw. That was some nice offense very, very late by Farmingdale. Game 4 now. Huge for NYIT and their prospects of staying undefeated. They need to force this Game 5 somehow with all, and I mean all, the momentum on the side of Farmingdale.
Oh, yeah. When you see 3 uncontested at the most clutch moments of the game, you have lost your privilege of momentum. That has to be reworked. And it could buy an early goal, but it's not guaranteed. Oh, my. It was almost guaranteed at the immediacy, but it's quickly turned away.
Oh, okay, there was someone on the back wall there. I was scared for a second. I thought the Cybers were going to have one flipped on them, still pushing for that opener to get something back. Mr. Gooch switching out of the Fennec into the Octane now, so maybe not pleased with the end of that last game. Switching cars to trying to just get back in the groove we saw him in earlier. Sometimes works. We'll see if it does here, but it's Farmingdale that looked to be in the groove as Otto slots home the first.
Hey, momentum still in the way of Farmingdale. A great push there from Ranez, and Otto says, yeah, I'll take that anytime. Capitalizing on the mistake, the backboard read just not there for NYIT.
4 minutes 24 between Farmingdale and potentially taking this series. As I would say the underdogs based on records, but this has been about as close a series as you can get between two teams in this group. You're going to have to do some soul searching in this game, figure out how to work through the grind that is going to be inbound, trying to get some goals on the board. That's just off, and I think that sums up how the last 5 minutes have gone for the Cybears.
Oh man, yeah, close but no cigar, right? It's just so near an equalizer here at the beginning of the game, and in so many moments of this series. Heck, they had a 2-goal lead with a minute to go in the last game, but now it's Farmingdale with the 2-goal lead, and Drew is on it as he always has been.
If you are a fan of NYIT, this is not who you want to be seeing. Drew has found his rhythm again, shut down really for all of Game 2 and then for the first half of Game 3. Now, though, that overtime and last-second comeback seems to have rejuvenated him, although Ranez, definitely another player that looked rejuvenated in the last game.
Wow, this is quite the momentum still being pulled together for Farmingdale. Probably our first kickoff goal of the day, even. Not just even in the series. I mean, 3-goal lead. Look at this from Farmingdale. How do NYIT even come back from something like this?
They have to take a deep breath at the moment because they are reeling. So that's 6 unanswered, and some of the most, make it 7 unanswered, some of the most important parts of this series. Game 3, where it was a swing game, and now in Game 4, where they're under the gun. Ranez puts in the 4th for Farmingdale. Pyro, this is something we don't see very often.
No, but when you do see it, it comes in a tidal wave, a tsunami even. When Farmingdale actually made a push for overtime in that last game and found the win, think of the energy in the comms. Think of how excited these players are to be in this position instead of what they expected initially, which was to be down 1-2 at Game 4. No, but they're in the lead now. They're feeling so confident, and that confidence shows its way in the game as well. You're making quicker challenges because you don't hesitate upon your decisions. You can see it on the field for Farmingdale.
They're going for ceiling resets. We didn't see too much of that in the first 3 games out of the Rams, but now we've seen 2 in the span of the last 15 seconds. There has been no offense on the field for the Cybears in the last minute or so. This is just a complete switch. It's been flipped, and Farmingdale all the better for it. Mr. Good trying to get something going off the ceiling. Castillo takes over, and then comes Matt. A couple of challenges. One, perhaps this is where we see the bleeding stop. No final shot on target, and Farmingdale keep their 4-goal lead.
If we want to see that bleeding stop, it has to come soon for the Cybears, almost in its immediacy, almost right now. But then you still have Drew on Farmingdale. He's got another look here, but it comes off of the post. Could this be the turning point for NYIT?
All right, if they score this and make a comeback, then perhaps so. All right, if we see a comeback happen, all of our memories are going to be attuned to that Drew miss, because this would be another momentous comeback should it be completed.
There are moments in, not just Rocket League, not just esports, in sports, where confidence can turn to cockiness. I'm not attributing that exactly to the play. We don't have a look into the minds of these players. This isn't Psychonauts, okay? This is Rocket League. But still, sometimes that occurs, and Drew is going to see it happen again. The mental shift, you can see it on the field. This could still be a transition point for NYIT, but boy, do they have to keep moving quick.
He best drew a chance, but shut down. Perhaps some questions starting to leak into the minds of these Farmingdale players, whereas before they were just going first and asking questions later. Now, perhaps some hesitation, some missed shots. give room to NYIT, but that's the easy part of the comeback for the Cybears. The hard part is capitalizing on offensive opportunities, and at this point of the game, 60 seconds on the clock, you are going to have to probably score on all of your offensive opportunities.
That's right. This is the moment here. 1 minute remaining in game 4. The match point for Farmingdale. Here's another, a take for them that does go by the wayside. Farmingdale happy to see that go away, but Costello, again, shot a little high. Mr. Gooch with the follow. Backboard pass. There's the defensive read for Farmingdale. Matt tries to get a piece of it. It's sent in the air, and Costello can't get there soon enough. Misses the quick challenge. Sent to the net again. Saved. Shot. Matt saved again. Farmingdale putting up a brick wall in the final minute of this game.
All right, well, Farmingdale, when things started to look dangerous for a second, they at least stayed strong defensively. They still kept their rotation solid. They found the touches they needed to. And then in transition, they wasted time when they had to. 10 seconds left. Not enough time, especially now, for the comeback to happen. Farmingdale, off of the back of an incredible comeback in Game 3, probably going to win this series, but 5 seconds left. I suppose it's mathematically possible for the Cybears to come back.
Yes, barely possible, Mr. Bepic. We saw NYIT kind of come back when they could. Can they do it here? 3, 2, 1. Not quite. The possibilities, the luck, not on the side of NYIT. The win instead from Farmingdale. They do it in 4.
All right. That was an interesting series, to say probably the least that we could be saying, Pyro. Farmingdale showed an unbelievable amount of resolve in both high lead situations and high deficit situations. So they have to be feeling great going into next week. If you're the Cybears, you're still 2-1. No big deal.
Yeah, 2-1, still winning records. They look at this series and they say a great learning opportunity. Let's figure out how things really shifted against us. Maybe it was mental. You know, with that overtime win, it can really wear on you. And we saw that play out on the field. Farmingdale feeling great. You know, folks, we might just hear about how, in particular, they're feeling. An interview very likely will be next. Stick around. Oh, no interview, actually, folks. So we're not, unfortunately, going to get the best of Farmingdale on the mic. But Bepic, you could argue we saw the best of them on the field tonight.
Definitely, especially Drew. He looked like a star moving forward. So, Farmingdale, despite the 0-1 record, now 1-1. Perhaps this is the start of a streak. The Cybears, definitely the team you want to be taking down to start a streak like that, because that is a ginormous momentum boost in all facets of the game.
Absolutely. Folks, what a night of Rocket League. We had NJCAAE earlier, wrapped it up with some ECC. You had it from me, Pyro J, from Mr. Bepic right here at Bepic Casts as well. What a night. Couldn't ask for more. Or, well, maybe you could ask for more. We still got action here. It's the ECAC Super Smash Brothers Ultimate coming up next, so stick around on the broadcast for more collegiate esports action.
The most of it. Good bump, good set, just couldn't quite find that finishing touch.
Yeah, getting creative with that offensive pursuit. I love the air dribble bump action, take out the goalie and dump off the pass, but right now, a pass from E-Best Drew.
Staying afloat will be rewarded with an open net goal. E-Best Drew, give him 2.
Did he redirect this? No, it was sent downfield. I thought for a second there was another touch there. No matter how hard they try, they still can't find another, but I'll tell you, Drew's gonna find a quick one again.
Give him the Hattie. E-Best Drew sending missiles from the air. Yet to break down that orange back line.
There is your moment. Speaking into existence, Bepic, we got Costello there for the roundabout from the ceiling. Still able to follow it up on the drop down. What a play for NYIT. The way of NYIT. From the sidewall it goes. A bat downfield from Matt Costello looking for that redirect. The follow-up shot's gonna land outside of the 2 posts. Point for NYIT. One way or another, it keeps away from them. Do your best, because he's coming in with the heat. We're getting right into game number 2 and a chance for Farmingdale to take the early lead. And
controlling the ball better than Farmingdale and having more chances than Farmingdale. The difference here, Costello puts in a goal.
Yeah, Costello again, just one of those reigning hopes right now for NYIT. Nobody expects to see a casual playlist that does that. I think these players are a little more focused on hitting that ball in the net. In particularly, it is Mr. Gooch with a bullet.
Oh, that play was kind of stylish. That affected the score for transition. That'll buy time for patiently. Well, never mind that. They're just going to score. No boost needed, no rotation.
I thought it was Matt and Costello were the dynamic duo, but lately it's Mr. Gooch and Costello auto shot. There's that finishing factor for Farmingdale. They get it eventually. Kind of a wild look there. Renya's down near the back line, but hey, gets it out to his teammate, gets that shot. Very different formulated in this series. That big a 0-0 scoreline will crash upon us. Who better than Costello?
And that with the setup as well. Forced Auto to respect the double tire setups. Almost one there. Still very well could be, but kept out. Mr. Gooch finally sends it home.
I am so glad we get to see this replay. How far did that ball go at the goal line here?
Oh.
Getting the save.
This is a pretty tough deficit to work your way out of. It's that deadly 3-goal one that we mentioned in the last series. What a pass again.
Nothing out of it. How do you make any sense of that?
Let's try something new. Whether it is demo play or passes off the scale.
Drop down shot. Everybody clustering up in the corner, and it's back in the box. A shot there. Moranis is gonna go in, and they're now within one from the lead.
That was what?
Moranis downfield, looking for the midfield pass. There it is. Gonna get there's the shot, and the equalizer with 2 seconds remaining. Farmingdale are back in the game.
And Yves Drew setting into them. Now they get to win it. Here comes Drew. It touches the ground. Oh my word. That was inches from the win.
He doesn't even need to score it. It's Drew again, finding the win for Farmingdale.
This side there is looking nervous in that overtime. Mr. Gooch with several side flips and Farmingdale that looked to be in the groove as Otto slots over the bird.
Hey, momentum still in the way of Farmingdale. A great push there from Ranez, and Otto says, yeah, I'll take that anytime, capitalizing on the mistake series. Heck, they had a 2-goal lead with a minute to go in the last game, but now it's Farmingdale with the 2-goal lead, and Drew is on it as he always has been.
If you are a fan of NYIT, this is not, and that's definitely a player that was the last game.
This is quite momentum still being pulled together from Farmingdale. Probably our first kickoff goal of the day.
Or this is a comeback that's perhaps so. All right, if we see a comeback happen, all
Welcome, everyone, to a fantastic evening full of Smash Ultimate action. My name is IRL Psyduck. I am here joined by my co-com Combo. Tonight we have a 3v3 crew battle going on between Fanshawe and Juniata. Combo, tell me, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, IRL Psyduck. I'm pretty excited for these upcoming matches. This is a format I'm not super familiar with myself, but I do see around a lot in collegiate circuits. So we're looking at a 3-on-3 here, and a best of 3. So that means it's 9 stock on each side. And I mean, you're tearing through a lot faster. I think a lot of the mind games that go along with crew battles, I'm most used to 5v5, right? So you have 15 stocks to work with, and that gives you a lot more time to either gain momentum or stop momentum, right? And then once you start whittling down the stocks, it gets a lot scarier. But now we're looking at 3-on-3. This stuff is so much faster. So I'm really excited to see what kind of explosive matches we've got coming our way.
And not only is it fast, it's also very high stakes, right? If you SD in a 9-stock match, you got 2 other people counting on you.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're sleeping on the couch tonight, as we like to say around here. You know, like, it's a big deal. So Little Mac mains beware. You gotta make sure you're staying on stage, right? So we've got that 3v3 coming up for you shortly between Fanshawe and Juniata. So, as we know here, Smash Ultimate is the current title. It's been out for a few years now. The meta has evolved a lot. I want to get your opinion on some of the DLC characters that have come out here, because they're a pretty hot topic.
That they are.
A lot of them have been either A tier, S tier. Very few of them have been below like A minus tier. What are your thoughts on the DLC characters? Do you think we're going to see any tonight?
I actually personally am a really big fan of the DLC characters all released. I feel like they have solid, unique movesets, and they add a lot of cool mechanics to the game that kind of set them out. I definitely think that they're pretty prevalent in current meta, and we'll be seeing a lot of them, but not in our beginning match here between Juniata and Fanshawe. We're looking at a Yoshi versus Game & Watch here, two other characters that are pretty well considered to be a higher tier character, especially earlier on in the game's lifespan. But as more DLC came out to change up the way tiering kind of has gone, these characters have lost a bit of prevalence, but they are still quite strong. Always got to be watching out for Game & Watch. That frame 3 up out of shield is absolutely ridiculous, but Yoshi's got really strong kill power too, and Game & Watch is a bit weak. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot we could be seeing here at this match. What do you think about this matchup?
I never thought I'd hear someone say Game & Watch is weak in Smash Ultimate, but I think you're kind of right, though. And this is one of those matchups I don't think you see a lot of, but I think I gotta give the edge to Yoshi. I feel like the kill power that Yoshi brings to this matchup with the forward air, and I think the shield pressure from down air, it's kind of tough for Game & Watch to deal with once that up B kind of starts getting red, because yes, it is frame 3, it is a very good out of shield option. But if that Yoshi can get to that Skittle shield mode and kind of bait him into shield to kind of bring out that up B, he may be able to get a cheeky shield break or maybe even a judge if he's feeling real spicy.
Yeah, right now we've seen Pizzora's actually been baiting out a lot of another scary option that Game & Watch has, which is his pretty much his invincible up B, right? So we've seen, or not up B, sorry, up smash. And we finally got first stock taken down from Pizzora as well. So Fry's a bit on the back leg here. One stock already down now. It's 8-9. I am not used to saying that as the first stock taken.
Yeah.
But, oh man, that each stock is so much more valuable. You gotta be careful. So now it's in Pizzora's best interest to slow the game's pace down a lot and get as much percent as possible on this one stock that Pizzora has left. I know it's a crew battle and timers aren't really supposed to be. It's not like you're trying to really stall the time or anything like that. But getting that percent to help carry over to the next stock would be really, really useful. The Game & Watch is looking to take a kill here pretty soon. It's going to be a bit tough if he's going to keep throwing out these moves and allowing Yoshi to punish though.
If both of these players, as you can see, really focusing on the air game, Game & Watch with that upgraded forward air. Smash 4 did not have that little bomb thing in it. It had what we used to call the credit card back in the day. And but I think the aerial game here is really going to be important, focusing on that aerial shield poke. Up air, obviously, from Game & Watch, very, very strong juggling tool. The forward tilt going to take the first stock for Mr. Game & Watch on the ledge here. Pizzora and Fry going toe-to-toe here, getting pretty close to the Skittle shield there.
Yeah, and on top of that, we also have the 63% extra credit that Pizzora is able to build up with that previous stock. That puts them in a pretty good position to either take another stock without, rather taking these next two stocks without losing a single one in the process because of how low percent they are, to build a kind of a solid lead for Fanshawe. But it's too early to call anything right now. This is kind of Fry's moment to bring it back, get a good long string going. Annoy the Yoshi, but ooh, nice down B there, sends the Game & Watch flying up top, and now Game & Watch is struggling. Another thing we saw last stock is that Game & Watch actually did manage to land quite a few hits and was able to get Pizzora up to about 170, 180%, but it was really hard to actually get those kill moves going. Ultimately ended with a forward tilt at ledge with the extended hitbox of it to finally land the kill, but we've seen some nice adaptation here from Fry, keeping the distance a little bit better and actually landing the moves you need to land to rack up that percent, but this is going to be a throw, send it out back, and now Pizzora's going to be looking for an edge guard.
Pizzora honestly putting a lot of pressure on that shield. It's making me nervous because Fry is at 138%. Game & Watch is not a character that benefits from range very much. And oh no, we have an unfortunate SD from Pizzora.
There is the SD.
That double jump, it's a very, very good double jump. It's got armor most of the way through it, but his up B leaves quite a bit to be desired, as we would say. So Fry getting a lucky break there, still at 175 now. But again, rage not something that Game & Watch usually wants. He is a light character, and that Nair almost takes it.
An uncommon percent for Game & Watch for sure. Hasn't been able to land a single hit so far on the Yoshi. Still throwing out up smashes like no one business. There is the side to get a 7 for those apples, but ooh, gets clamped by the down B on the way down. And now it's going to be a even stock game here, but a solid percent lead for Fry, rather Huggies. On the board right now, nothing that Pizzora can't fix with a couple of strong chunky hits or a shield break, as you mentioned.
76% though on the Yoshi. If we're looking for a shield break from Yoshi, we're probably going to look for that down special, that Yoshi bomb, which Pizzora has been throwing out But Fry has been pretty wise to it, hasn't really taken a whole lot of shield damage from the Yoshi Bomb specifically. Though both players getting pretty close to kill percent here. That uppy out of shield that you're talking about, the up air string, not quite going to take it. Again, we have that Yoshi Bomb option coming out, and I do want to see a little bit more of that up smash that you referenced earlier from the Game & Watch.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of it. I don't know if Game & Watch has hit a single one, but it does not stop him from throwing out more and more. That up smash will hopefully connect one day. Nice!
That's the forward air.
The bomb into forward tilt for coverage right there, and that's actually going to take it. So unfortunate on Fanshawe and Pizzora's and have that SD when they had a % lead. Although it did seem like Huggies was doing a really good job of changing the pace of the game, especially in that second stock, and bringing it all the way back. So that SD, while unfortunate, was not at when Pizzora had the greatest advantage in that time, because Huggies really worked hard to neutralize that. Now I'm curious to see what Fanshawe wants to send in as their kind of response to dealing with Game & Watch. Only with one stock left, but still important to see how you want to get rid of that.
But that judge, though, the Game & Watch throughout the judge one time got a 7, which is not bad. He got a little bit of healing off of it. When you're at 175 after the heal as Game & Watch, it doesn't matter that much. But it is a really, as we used to say in Smash 4, a jank mechanic that can really just steal stocks at just ridiculous times. I mean, montage after montage has been made in the Game & Watch subreddit of just nines at crazy times. So Game & Watch, even though he only has that one stock, is what we like to call a stock thief, right? He's kind of like Little Mac is also a stock thief. Mario, stock thief. So I am curious to see what they're going to bring to the table. Maybe a heavy hitter, maybe someone who can out-combo the Game & Watch. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of agree that there's someone that needs to be able to not let Game & Watch's ball get rolling, right? Someone who can deal with Game & Watch's really awkward movement options. The way he kind of maneuvers around the stage is really weird, especially with the way he uses up B, the way he's drifting around afterwards, and the way he uses key to get back to down air. So if you have a character that's fast and hard-hitting, that will definitely help a lot, because you just want to shut this Game & Watch down and get on to the next player. Juniata? Hold on. Juniata. That's right. My bad. Yeah, Juniata wants to throw in.
All right, so fast, heavy hitting. Where's my Little Mac? Can we get the Little Mac? Can we get the on-stream Little Mac, please?
Fast
Give me the Little
includes
Mac.
good airspeed. Fast includes good airspeed. So
He's
no
got
Little
great
Mac.
airspeed.
No
Come on,
Little
you're
Mac.
telling me right now when you think air game, you're not thinking Little Mac? Come on, man. You're thinking Little Mac.
My bad.
Air Mac coming at you. But it looks like we've got Hazel stepping in. Hazel versus Fry coming up on the Ken. A Shoto making their way into the ring.
Now,
We
this
love
is an
Shotos.
interesting matchup. Yeah, I'm a very big fan of the fighting game characters in Smash Bros. I love the way that they've been implemented. I think they're very true to the source material while still making them fun and fresh characters to play as in this game. So I think they did a great job designing the fighting game characters here. Auto turnaround is a very divisive mechanic, but it exists because it's got its race through the source
true
material.
form.
The big thing here is that they don't have very well disjointed hitboxes. Right, Ken can be throwing out moves like forward tilt and a bunch of different kicks, right? But he's always going to be putting himself in harm's way as he does so. So I feel like these characters struggle a lot with disjointed hitboxes when the other players kind of throwing out stuff like Game & Watch has. Maybe not the pinnacle of the character you think when you think of disjointed hitboxes, but he has still got him. So as we see right here, Ken is kind of struggling to find his way and then land some damage. Those bombs, throwing out forward tilts, those up airs, even the neutral air. It's all pretty tough. And of course, you can't forget the shield. It's been a struggle here for Ken.
We love frame data in the FGC. we love frame data.
Absolutely.
But Game & Watch, to your credit, I think you're absolutely right about the disjoints. But beyond that not the up B, the forward air with the little bomb mini projectile that it has out of it is just walling this Ken out. And he's having a hard time getting in. I mean, 65% when you're at 113 on Ken isn't really, the end of the world, because he's not the heaviest character, but he's not super light either, but he hits very, very hard.
Ooh, but
almost gets the true Shoryu. That absolutely would have been a stock if that was a hit. McKee,
nice key for the edge guard. That'll
it.
close it out. Yeah, the big problem here is that he had a bunch of rage. Game & Watch is kind of light, and also Game & Watch is kind of small. So if that were a different character, some bigger boy, maybe someone like Bowser, that probably would have hit. Just not connecting Game & Watch at that distance, but finally gonna get the double crouching medium kick into the true Shoryu. Doesn't quite close out. Nice pair on the first hit of Shoryu, but there are 3 hits. There are 3 hits. In that process, however, Huggies was still able to take a stock off Fanshawe to keep and provide a lead for Juniata as a school. So whoever they have sent in next only has to deal with 2 stocks of Ken instead of 3. Ken is a very explosive character. If you let Ken go, get going and get what he really wants, right? Get those crouching medium kicks into Tatsu for low damage, and then after Tatsu, it's a mix-up. It's definitely not a combo, but you still don't want to press buttons up next to Ken, right? He can still jab, he can throw crouching light kicks. It is a very scary character to find. Of course, once you get hit by True Shoryu, you could be dying pretty early if you're not paying attention. So Ken is a character to be afraid of, but it is good to have the stock lead on him.
Yo, but did he just walk up slowly and raw True Shoryu?
Yep, that he did. And on top of that, we got a parry on the first hit. We got a parry on the first hit, too. Oh, man. What an interaction.
Justin Wong somewhere out there is upset that wasn't a multi-parry, but, you know. Hey, but honestly, it's really, really difficult to parry the True Shoryu on Ken because he does have the multi-hit mechanic. Unlike his Echo Fighter Ryu, who has those slightly stronger hits, but they're only 1, such as his Tatsu is only 1 hit, his True Shoryu is 1 hit, whereas Ken has multi-hits. So it is more difficult to parry, but also does slightly less compared to the Ryu. So I guess that ended up working out in Hazel's favor there because it would have been a much easier parry. I think it would have just been parried in general if that was Ryu. So Galaxy Brain pick on the Ken, apparently. Yep. So
good stuff there. Good stuff there. I'm excited to see what the follow-up is. I'm a big fan of all the fighting game characters, honestly. If they want to send in another one to deal with the Ken, throwing a Kazuya or a Terry, oh man, I would be.
Yes, give me the Kazuya.
Yeah, I love Kazuya. Big fan of Kazuya. I would be so happy to see him if I could, but I understand these characters are unorthodox and weird to play, and a lot, half of them are DLC. But I mean, there's a reason why. These are some unique characters, and I think it's really cool that the DLC can integrate new universes and like new ways to play into Smash. So I'm very curious to see what's going next.
Changes the definition of what a Smash character can be, especially Kazuya specifically, because Kazuya brings much more of the other FGC elements that maybe Ken and Ryu have like a little bit of, Terry has a little bit of, but they just really decided to lean all the way into that with Kazuya. He has how many moves does he have? Like 30?
Yeah.
Something crazy like that?
Something in the mid-upper 20s, yeah, for sure.
But we are going to be sticking with the Ken here for Hazel. Fry pulling out the Mewtwo. That's not a character I've seen in a while, but Mewtwo is one of those characters who's deceptively hard-hitting for his weight. He is very, very light, but hits very, very hard. Oh, no. And an SD from Fry, it looks like. And Hazel gets a gift.
Yeah, that's gonna bring that right back to even. And now this is kind of the time where AZ Tropical is working to bring it all the way back. There's a really big problem in this match I think we witnessed in the first off, is the fact that Mewtwo is big. Because he's so big, Ken can kind of run up and start throwing out hitboxes, and Mewtwo's gonna get clipped by a lot of it. There it is, right? That up tilt, that running up tilt into up tilt again and Shoryu, that stuff is gonna connect. Mewtwo's just so large that it's not gonna be too hard for Ken to be able to confirm. That's a standing heavy kick, and that's just gonna take it. That's effectively just a really powerful jab. And
it really, it's like a Ganon jab on steroids.
Right, it was huge. Wow, he hit in the wrong direction, and Mewtwo still got clipped with because of his tail. That's how you know. That's how you know Mewtwo is really big, and that's going to hurt a lot in this matchup. Let's see if Fry can kind of bring this back. Use some of those projectiles in those weirdly disjointed hitboxes, but not really disjointed in a traditional sense. But, oh, there's another air dodge off stage. We know SD this time. What's the edge option going to be? Up till at ledge. Look at this damage. Loving this Ken combo here. Not the traditional Ken combo you think of when you think of Ken combos in Smash, but...
Yeah, usually that's Marth that you're thinking of, but this is
right?
just, Ken.
Ooh, there it
no
is. The
way.
Triple
Hazel!
Hazel
with the 3 stock. Ken repping his name, Masters.
That is right.
Hazel is a Ken Master. What a clean game that was. Does get helped out first stock with the SD, but to your credit, once again, this guy Combo, he knows his stuff, man. It's almost like he knows the FGC combos here. But the up tilt, the down tilt into that True Shoryu on the big body of Mewtwo, plus the lightweight, is not a good combination into a character like Ken. Just Shotos in general, they tend to hit a little harder than average, and they have those really, really good ledge coverage options with that auto turnaround. You can spam down tilt, you can spam up tilt. If you've got a really big body like Mewtwo with a slightly lighter than average weight, you're going to be dying at maybe 75 if you're lucky. 80 for sure off of those like down tilt. You could probably start getting down tilt at like 60, 65, and True Shoryu will kill with enough down tilts. Like it's not good.
It's definitely scary stuff. Yeah, I wanted to point out right when the Mewtwo came in, and that entire stock was still calling another point. And in that time, Mewtwo already died. Of course, there was an SD to it, but before the SD, the Ken pretty much single-handedly brought Mewtwo up to about 60, 70%. So almost effectively kill range anyway. It is a very, very terrifying. That was the kind of explosiveness I wanted to see from Ken. But the matchup before with Game & Watch makes it a little bit tough, and Ken was struggling a lot. But now Ken had his time to shine against a character like Mewtwo. That was definitely his time. I also really do actually enjoy watching Mewtwo play a lot. There's a lot of cool setups and links that you wouldn't really expect to see with the way Mewtwo's moves send him, but it's actually really, really cool. Now we have Ken going in up against a Wii Fit Trainer. So this is going to be the last player here for Juniata, while Fanshawe still has 2 stocks left on AZ Tropical's Ken. I'm excited to see what AZ Tropical can bring to the table here and try to clean through this Wii Fit Trainer. But Wii Fit Trainer is not a character to take lightly. My region has, at least for our school, we actually do have a really good Wii Fit Trainer player, Graffiti. And he has single-handedly shown me the power of this character. So definitely not a character to sleep on. But you got to watch your shield when you're playing against Ken.
Yeah, absolutely. Wii Fit Trainer is one of those characters that I think if you know nothing about Smash, you're like, why would I be afraid of this? And then you get back thrown off stage and then headbutt into the ground at 15 and die. So then you very quickly learn you need to respect Wii Fit Trainer because her combo game is deceptively strong. Very, very strong. Much better than it was in Smash 4. And she's turned out to be a force to be reckoned with in Smash Ultimate, much more so than the previous iteration. But she's got to watch out because she is average, maybe lighter than average. And as we can see right there, the True Shoryu killing at about 103. Wii Fit Trainer, not a very heavy character. And Ken is a hard hitter.
Right. Deep breathing, a great mechanic for Wii Fit Trainer to apply a lot more pressure and damage. You actually don't even know where you're going at that point. Once Wii Fit Trainer is in deep breathing and you're in her combos, you're taking way too much damage. But here, Ken has been playing neutral in such a... It almost seems like he's baiting, but he's really not. He's covering options that he just expects the Wii Fit Trainer to run into, and it happens to work about 80% of the time. And he's getting so much damage off. But nice ledge coverage there with the soccer ball and the down air coming out from Hops. So that's going to take 1 stock off this Ken, but Ken is really close to putting this Wii Fit Trainer in kill percent. Nice Hadouken to cover the jump, and now Wii Fit has to to recover. There is all that light kick pressure into medium kick and standing heavy kick. Doesn't quite take the stock just yet. Really close though. We're probably fishing for a True Shoryu really soon. There it is, the run up True Shoryu. There's the double crouching light into True Shoryu. Once you get kill percent, you just gotta fish for those kill confirms. Terry does the same thing with jab power dunk. Rhea's gonna be fishing for stuff like up tilt, down tilt as well. Loving this Ken combo right now. Not quite able to get a crazy huge ender just yet, but we've already lapped in percent. So this is a lot for Hops to cover right now. But look at the string near the edge. That wasn't quite a spike, but nice Tatsu cancel to return to stage. And now cover ledge. What's the ledge option going to be? Nice soccer ball for get up. We have some light kick pressure again. The Shoryu was going to whiff. He went for too many light kicks right there. Focus attack going all the way. Nice spot dodge for the punish from Wii Fit. Now we have Ken on ledge. The forwarder actually spikes. Got to watch out for that. Tries to go for down smash. Doesn't quite get it. Now Ken's fishing for kill confirms too. There's the double crouching light kick. He's going to go out with the True Shoryu kid.
AZ Tropical. That was... I did it! This Wii Fit Trainer had a family, had a studio. It's closed. Foreclosed upon now. Courtesy of this Ken Masters. What a tear that was. Another amazing performance from AZ Tropical. The true Ken Master. That honestly, that was one of the best Ken plays I have seen in a long time. Like that's got to go on a highlight reel. I think just that entire game, this game and last one, AZ Tropical really showing up in a big way, and I think I'm not. How do you answer that? How do you answer this, Ken?
Sorties. You just need disjoints. You need disjoints
yeah.
without having massive hitboxes of your own, or like hurt boxes rather. All right, so you can't be too big. You can't be too easy to combo. It's not like you have to be like super light and super small. You don't have to be Pikachu or anything like that, right? Although Pikachu, I think, would actually fare decently well against these characters as well. But I mean, if you've got sorties, if you have disjoints, or like if you want to play a zoner, that as long as you're able to reliably keep Ken off of you, zoners would work just fine too. But that's kind of the traditional zoner rushdown dynamic archetype across all fighting games. So that is a lot of skill from the zoner's part to keep like a rushdown character like Zen out. But we had AZ Tropical play against all 3 players of Juniata's team. AZ Tropical took out all 3 players of Juniata single-handedly, bringing in the win for Fanshawe right there. Absolutely MVP for sure. How many stocks taken was that? That was 7 stocks.
7 stocks.
7 stocks of the 9 that
7
Juniata
of the
had
9.
offered.
Yep.
Oh
7 of the 9 fall prey to AZ Tropical's Ken. A spectacular performance, one that they shan't soon forget. I certainly won't be forgetting that anytime soon.
Definitely.
But like you were saying, the up tilts, the down tilts, those ledge options are just so scary. And it's for a reason that I think a lot of people don't initially think of when they're watching a Shoto, is that you don't have to really think about it if you don't want to. You really don't have to. It's like, oh, okay, do I think they're gonna do like a neutral get out? Okay, I just sit here down tilt. I think they're gonna roll. I can sit here down tilt. Oh, I think they're gonna jump. All right, up tilt. Really, the only thing that's gonna beat you there is a get up attack.
Yep.
And then you can bait that, shield, parry, and punish. It's just so difficult to get off the ledge against the Shoto, and I think this Ken just was on another level with their ledge game. It was a masterclass in how to play Ken. No pun intended.
AZ Tropical really knew what they're doing. I honestly, my favorite parts were those on-stage strings that were racking up the percent like crazy, right? An early up tilt to it's the core circle forward to down input. It's one of the weird kicks that Ken has. After that, like your standing heavy jab going into a Tatsu, and after Tatsu, especially at low percent, it's a mix-up, right? You are actually minus, but it's not a true combo or anything after. So it's really like, what am I supposed to do here, right? You can hold shield if you want, and you can take a bunch of shield damage if you want, because Ken is great at applying shield pressure as well. But oftentimes, people are going to be trying to mash an option out or maybe jump away. And in those situations, Ken will still catch you with a crouching light or crouching medium kick. And in that, you're getting a whole nother set of damage coming onto you. So I just love seeing Ken carry people across the stage, both in the air and on the ground. With those nairs, those up airs, the Tatsu, it's a follow-up of crouching medium kicks. It's wonderful. It was just really well played. Only thing, the crazy combo enders were kind of missing. Once you got like the big damage, he kind of reset to neutral. Would be awesome to see him end in like even something like a Hadouken just to create space. You see a Ryu go for that a lot. Like it's a crouching double medium into Hadouken, Shakunetsu Hadouken, and it's a combo. And I mean it just creates space and it gives you a lot of percent. Not something you always want, but it is good to have, just to rack up a bit more percent whenever you can. I do have to agree though. I don't know exactly how prepared Juniata is to respond to AZ Tropical, considering he did take out all 3 players. I think a big thing here is trying to keep the Game & Watch in back and just ready to respond to AZ Tropical, and then try to do as much damage you can like ahead of time with any other player you have to offer. That's what I would say with the 3 characters and players we've seen. All right, but before we hop into the next set, we're going to be taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere. These sets are going to get way more exciting. It's definitely heating up, no pun intended, with Ken. But it's definitely been a great time so far, and I hope you guys will stick around to see the rest of it.
Back in the day, and but I think the aerial game here is really going to be important, focusing on that aerial shield post up air, obviously from Game & Watch.
Now Pazor's going to be looking for next round.
Pazor honestly putting a lot of pressure on that shield. It's making me nervous because Fry is at 138%. Game & Watch is not a character that benefits from range very much, and oh no, we haven't takes it.
An uncommon percent for Game & Watch for sure. Hasn't been able to land a single hit so far on the Yoshi. Still throwing out up smashes like no one business. There is the side to get the 7 for those apples. Who gets clamped by the down
a little bit more of that up smash that you referenced earlier from the Game & Watch.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of it. I don't know if Game & Watch has hit a single one, but it does not stop him from throwing out more and more. That up smash will hopefully connect one day. Nice!
The heaviest character, but he's not super light either, but he hits very, very hard.
Ooh,
but almost gets the true Shoryu. That absolutely would have been a stock if that was a hit. The key.
Nice. And also, Game Watch is kind of small, so if that were a different character, some bigger boy, maybe someone like Bowser, that probably would have hit. Just not gonna hit at that distance, but finally gonna get the double crouching movement kick for Shoryu. Doesn't quite close out. Nice pair of the first.
So Mewtwo is one of those characters who's deceptively hard hitting. For his weight, he is very, very light, but hits very, very hard. Oh no! And an SD from Fry, it looks like. And Hazel,
right? That up tilt, that running up tilt into up tilt again and Shoryu, that's stuff that's gonna connect so hard. It's not gonna be too hard for him to be able to confirm. That's a stand. Thing is damage. Loving this 10 combo here. Not the traditional 10 combo you think of when you think of 10 combos in Smash, but
usually that's Marth that you're thinking of. This is
right?
Just,
Ooh, there it
no
is.
way. Hazel it was in Smash 4. And she's turned out to be a force to be reckoned with in Smash Ultimate, much more so than previous iterations. But she's got to watch out because she is average, maybe lighter than average, and as we can see right there, the true
like it almost seems like he's baiting, but he's really not. He's covering options that he just expects the weaker turn to run into, and it happens to work about 80% of the time. He's getting so much damage off the nice ledge coverage with the softball and a down air coming out from the standing heavy kick. Doesn't quite take the stock, just getting really close though. We're probably fishing for a true Shoryu really soon. There it is, the run up true Shoryu. There's the double crouching light into true Shoryu. Too many light kicks right there. Focus attack going all the way. Nice spot dodge for the punish when we fit. Now we have Ken on ledge. The forwarder actually spikes. Gotta watch out for that. Tries to go for down smash. Doesn't quite get it. Now Ken's fishing for kill confirms too. There's the double crouching light kick. He's gonna go out with the truth.
Welcome back, everyone, to Match 2, best of 3 between Fanshawe and Juniata. Is that how you pronounce that? Juniata, sorry. We are back here with the Esports U Network. I'm joined once again by my good friend here, Combo. And set 1, let's be real, it was explosive, and it was pretty much coming up all Fanshawe, or should I say all AZ Tropical, truthfully.
Yep.
Let's call a spade here. You know?
I completely agree. That was AZ Tropical's show. He really ran the whole thing for Fanshawe there. So that puts them at a solid 1-0 here in this best of 3 set. But Juniata is definitely not out of the count. We saw AZ Tropical struggle with that Game & Watch at the very beginning. The only I believe Huggies was the tag, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem was Huggies had 1 stock to work with, while AZ Tropical had 3. And Huggies was still able to take 1 stock, but after that, the other 2 players really struggled to take something away from AZ Tropical. And so I think a big thing here is keeping the Game & Watch in the back, keeping him preserved, and waiting for Fanshawe to put out Ken, AZ Tropical, and then having Huggies the Game & Watch respond. I feel like that's the best course of action here with the character we've seen so far. If they have character swaps they want to go for, that could be very helpful. Like, for example, we saw the Mewtwo matchup not work out very favorably for Juniata, so they might want to reconsider who to send in with that player character-wise. But we'll have to wait and see where that goes. We're doing a bit of behind-the-scenes finagling with the way the stream is working, so please bear with us, but I'm sure the matches will be coming up really soon.
So the Game & Watch anchor, is that what I'm hearing?
That's what I'm thinking.
Game & Watch anchor.
I feel like that would be the right way to go here. I mean, AZ Tropical could completely prove me wrong, or someone else in Juniata's team can bring it back, be like, "Wait, I know how to play against Ken. This dude's just mashing on me, bro. Like, I just have to not do anything, right? Like, I don't know. There's different ways to look at the situation, many different possibilities here. Character swaps, player adjustments, order adjustments. It could just go anywhere. I don't even know who Fanshawe's 3rd player is and what character they play. They just didn't get to come out,
Yeah.
right? AZ Tropical took like 7 stocks on their own. I have no idea what Fanshawe has. What if they've got somebody else that's also insane that you need to be prepared for character-wise, right?
The Little Mac. They're bringing out the Little Mac. Please.
You were a big fan of the Little Mac.
I love the Little Mac. But what they could do is they could have the Ken play the anchor. Game & Watch, I think from what we saw from Juniata, yes, that probably is their best player. You typically want to have that as your anchor. I am hesitant to say that Game & Watch should be an anchor because he is so lightweight, and you make a couple of mistakes and you could just die so easily, especially into a character who hits as hard as Ken. But, I mean, it's kind of a rock and a hard place with the way that the first game went for them. They really have to kind of regroup, put the first game behind them, come back into it with a fresh mindset. Maybe you start out with the Game & Watch to give the team some confidence. Maybe you throw out the Mewtwo, try to do as much damage as possible because he is also kind of a glass cannon character, right. Which is something I noticed about Juniata's composition, was that they're largely glass cannon characters, which is high risk, high reward. They tend to hit pretty hard. They have some crazy gimmicks. Mewtwo, we didn't see very much of it. Has the disable, the confuse. You can do some really cheeky stuff with that. You can get some cheap, as some people like to say, stocks out of it. But if you make a couple of mistakes, especially into a character like Ken, you're going to lose stocks and you're going to lose them fast. And I think that's just what happened game 1, and they can't have that happen again. We can't have any more SDs either. Yeah. Not when you're playing against a Ken that clean. It's
not going to work.
It's not going to work. No.
That is definitely a very good point as well. The SDs are so important to try and avoid as absolute best you can. It's funny because Fanshawe themselves start with SD out first, right? With the Yoshi player that opened up, and then later on we had Juniata pull the same thing with Mewtwo, leading to a 0-death and completely eliminating any lead that Juniata had on Fanshawe beforehand. Then it was 2 stocks apiece, Ken and Mewtwo, and from there Ken had the time of his life, hitting a light big body that'll die so quickly. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely perfect for Ken. That is
may as well have been a Mr. Sandbag, you know.
Yeah, it was so tough for Mewtwo to really do anything there because Mewtwo has no proper disjoint. It's just like big, large hitboxes that coincide with large hurt boxes. So Ken can be throwing out those really fast moves like up tilt and down tilt and just clip, and then bam, that Mewtwo is taking way too much damage. So if you got to find some way to avoid that, either you need disjoints or someone light and small without getting too close to the Ken. And I think that's where Game & Watch really excels here so far. But team composition is weird. I feel like now that Fanshawe knows that AZ Tropical has the potential to clean up hard, they might be saving him for third. They might have the third player that we get to see last game pulled up as the first or second players for Fanshawe and try to do as much damage to the rest of Juniata as possible and hopefully eliminate the Game & Watch. Because once the Game & Watch is out of the way, it really seems like AZ Tropical can take the rest of it, right? We saw him take out 2 entire players, only 2 stocks of his own. 6 stocks with only his 2. And in those 2, he only lost 1, and it wasn't even high percent for his last one. So now we're about to be heading into our first match pretty soon. And I'm really excited to see what adaptations both team has made, both in ordering, player side, and character side.
See, I want to talk about that Mewtwo one more time real quick because you keep bringing up disjoints. And I think the Mewtwo, if played properly, could be an answer to the Ken if played properly. Because the Mewtwo's tail, the moves that use the tail, such as back air, forward tilt, they are technically disjoints, which means if you can find a way to space out that Ken and he can't get in, he can't do those not forward tilts, down tilts, up tilts into those true Shoryu conversions, he's going to have a much harder time killing. He's going to have to rely mostly on stray hits. Mewtwo has a significant range advantage and does have those disjoints available. They're very awkward to use. They're very strange disjoints, but they are disjoints. But it looks like we're going to see Wolf into Roy. Roy's one of my personal favorite characters in this game.
Yeah, I also very much do enjoy watching Roy. So this is some nice character switches from both players here. Pizarro opened with Yoshi last time, and now we have Pizarro playing the Wolf instead. And if I'm not mistaken, Fry was the Wii Fit trainer at the end of Juniata's team last game, and now is opening with the Roy. This is a really weird matchup. I feel like both these characters can kind of try to play a really messy mid-range, right? Where they're just baiting stuff out. They're throwing out a lot of hitboxes, applying a lot of pressure. Wolf's got things like forward tilt, forward air. You can try to use laser. Nice down smash to catch that up B. Oh my goodness, the ledge covers that down smash provides is incredible. That's 1 stock already gone. You do have to abuse Roy's subpar area offstage game if you want to take stocks early and quickly. But Roy is no stranger to taking stocks early. If you're going to get hit by a close forward smash at this percent, that Wolf is definitely dead.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Roy. And frankly, it's the thing about Wolf, too. Both of these characters are very, very fast, hit very, very hard. Their punish game is phenomenal, and their disadvantage is straight up abysmal. It is not good. As far as archetypes are concerned, they're very similar. Though Wolf does have that projectile, he does have that blaster. It's a very, very good zoning tool. But both of these characters are really strong at edge guarding, both on stage and off stage. And as we saw earlier with that down smash, the Wolf can cover ledge very, very well. A strong hit forward tilt from the Roy is going to kill much earlier than that, but it's definitely going to kill over 100%.
Right. We saw Pizarro kind of struggle to land any significant hits with how much they were getting pinballed around with their high percent. So even Roy's stray hits at tip were still sending Pizarro pretty far where they weren't really able to find their way in. But now that Fry took the stock and there's a bit of a reset, Pizarro has finally started getting some more momentum on their side. And this now Fry's back in disadvantage. Kind of seems like they're going back and forth on who takes who. But if you're playing a war of attrition, the person who has the initial advantage is ultimately going to end up winning. So far, it seems like kind of where Pizarro wants to be. But now it seems like Fry's finally responding. There's a forward tilt to get Fry off stage, though. Pizarro's looking for the gimp. They might have overextended now. They're going to be able to return the ledge. But that was scary. Nice up smash out of shield to punish Roy's movement. Trying to take over. The nice up out of shield returning from Roy. Look at these.
I love that blazer out of shield. That is such a good option. And for those of you that don't know, I am a recovering Roy main myself. Speaking of recovering, couldn't make it back there. But that blazer, that up B out of shield, one, it's very strong in terms of speed. The forward smash is going to take it. But Roy does have armor available on that up B if it's grounded. If it's in the air, it is not. And I would also like to make another point that you touched on earlier that I think is really, really valuable. So Roy, even though he hits harder, he has stronger hits near the hilt. Those weak hits can actually put the opponent in disadvantage and set him up for tech chases, set him up for just extra little bits of combo damage. Another Blazer to get back to stage there. But those weak hits do have a purpose. They aren't just these really terrible, as we used to say, spaghetti sword. It's in Smash 4.
Right,
They do have a purpose. Yeah, exactly, the noodle slap. And I think Fry's doing a pretty good job of using those weak hits. Even when he's looking for the strong ones, he's still using that disadvantage very well, keeping Wolf off stage here.
Right, this final stock has looked to be a lot of Fry's stock, where Pizarro was really starting to rack up any percent all. Now making it somewhat even. I think Pizarro's looking for that offstage gimp, but nice recovery from Fry to get the jump and kind of jump over, fast fall, and get the close hit of back here to take that first game. That was really back and forth between both players. I kind of agree with they fulfill a similar archetype, but Wolf has more of those zoning tools, and that puts, I think, Wolf closer to the kind of all-rounded side of things, which is, makes sense considering he's supposed to be kind of a semi-clone of Fox, who is a pretty good representation of a kind of the all-rounder archetype as well. And so having those disjointed options was really good for Wolf, especially. We saw the Wolf gimped with Nair. We saw the Wolf get the ledge at ledge with down smash. But again, one of those really early baits of like down tilt on shield from Roy. You're like, okay, down tilted me. I'm going to try to like jump out or something and immediately follow up with an F smash and like clipping the Wolf and just killing so early there. It is beautiful. The crazy things that Roy can do is so fun to watch sometimes. And like just the really fast strings, the insane combos, especially landing every base hit. You know that Roy player is holding in all the way. Just hold forward, hold at your opponent, and jump in. Get in, mash your buttons, do the absolute best you can to land those hits, because that is what you want to be doing as Roy. I love the jab and to jump at the aerial side Bs as well. Side B can also kill pretty early. The double edge dance, gotta be careful. That is a move to definitely be watching out for as well. I am curious, very curious to see who Fanshawe wants to send in to deal with the Roy here, because there looks like they are sending AZ Tropical. I was about to say I don't recommend the Ken here. But because Roy is effectively, if you really want to think about it, Ken with the sword. So this is gonna be a really funky matchup. It is true that Roy has only one stock, so AC Tropical has to just really play his heart out, take that one Roy stock, and hopefully feel a lot more comfortable. Ooh, we have a Palutena pick on AZ Tropical instead. That is a pick for sure. So it looks like we're not seeing the Ken this time, the second game here in the set. Palutena can still deal with Roy decently well. The neutral game is a lot harder for Roy to play with because of the amount of active hitboxes and spacing that Palutena can kind of provide with her moves. Stuff like the way how fast her forward air is and how far it goes, how active her nair is, and the way she can kind of move herself back and forth. It's a this is a reasonably tough matchup for Roy, and now you're gonna get nair planed on a triplat against Palutena. That's gonna be a lot of percent. You could be looking at up to 40% off the bat. Gotta be
that's definitely going to be one thing that Roy has to look out for. He does have really solid frame data for a sword character. However, that Palutena nair plane is very, very difficult to get out of when you're getting juggle on most characters, but especially a sword character, because their frame data is typically not fast enough to break that combo. So you either have to rely on the Palutena just making a bad read on DI, or you have to just not get hit in the first place. Because this Palutena, if she has any idea what she's doing, if this AZ Tropical fella is even half as good at Palutena as he is at Ken, then this is going to be rough. But as we can see, right as I say that, the ledge trump back air coming in from AZ Tropical, I don't even need to get into the tech. AZ Tropical knows.
Yeah, that was very well played there from AZ Tropical. Using that nair to drift through your opponent is one of the most the most fundamental mix-ups you need to have as a Palutena player. It bamboozles so many characters. The frame data difference is so massive. You need to be aware of what, not just where Palutena is going to be after she uses her nair, but also what her next option is going to be, just because of how solid that character is and how fast and how surprisingly not laggy a lot of her moves are. All right, so it looks like we're going to have Huggies coming in next on the side of, oh man, the name always escapes me. Need to find this. Juniata. There it is. Juniata. Thank you. Huggies, if I'm not mistaken, played the Game & Watch last time. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was the Game & Watch player.
It was Game & Watch or Mewtwo. One or the other. We'll see. I mean, we saw the Palutena instead of a Ken that took literally 7 of the 9 stocks, so I'm not even gonna try to predict like what's gonna happen next.
I mean, Palutena is just one of those solid high tier characters that it's like you just gotta have a fundamentally solid character of your own, or like some super cheesy matchup if you're really confident. But generally, this is just about outplaying the opponent. If you're playing as Palutena, she's not like super gimmicky in the sense that you would expect gimmicks to be, especially in a game like Smash Ultimate. It's really just, you know what she's going to do, and she's going to keep doing it. What is your response to that? How are you going to play around this?
She will nair, she will up air, you will die. Repeat. That's Palutena in a nutshell.
She will dash attack to win trades. She will space back air, and you will not be able to hit her. It is. Oh man, she will explosive flame you at the worst possible times, and you will not expect to get hit at all and just die randomly. She might up smash you, and you'll be like, "Why does that hitbox last so long?" It is. Oh man, what a character! What a character!
Why does it go 3 Palutenas above her? Like, it's ridiculous. That character is. Why did they make her high tier? They should have kept her in the garbage where she was in Smash 4, where she wasn't a problem. I remember when I never saw Palutena, my life was better. I would say.
I'm of the opinion where if you make a character better, I feel you're making them more interesting simply because they will be played more. And then
absolutely, I know. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I understand. Yeah, I'm curious to see. This becomes really just a solid battle of the wits, battle of the neutral game. I'm very, very amped up to see this.
Looks like we are going to see the Game & Watch coming out. So I guess it's going to be Game & Watch Palutena. Very floaty matchup, I would say.
Yeah, this is a really weird matchup to me because I feel like Palutena has a lot of good moves to box up close. Actually, she doesn't even need that many good moves to box up close. She has one really good move to box up close. And that, I don't really know how that's going to affect this matchup. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm very, very curious to see. But I think, one thing that will help a lot is if you're getting nair planed, if you can just try to mash up the out of there and get out of disadvantage. But if you have Palutena making the right reads, AZ Tropical catching the landing with an up air, that still puts you in a really good position. Nice dash attack through the forward air. That is using your character to the utmost degree. Now spacing back airs at ledge. Already solid % onto this Game & Watch. If we start seeing them throwing out kill moves, it's going to get really, really rough.
And that Palutena, like you said right before this game started, using those shield-based moves such as the back air and the dash attack, it's really going to snuff out the Game & Watch's approach options, and the forward air bomb is most likely going to be stymied by those shield-based moves. So those that don't know, Palutena actually has, even though she has that shield, it's not just for show. Some characters it is for show. This ain't one of them. That shield will block projectiles if the hitbox is active at the time that the projectile hits. And it looks like AZ Tropical knows that.
Now, it's not just projectiles. A lot of your moves straight up will just be invalidated if you hit that shield. She will win so many trades with dash attack and back air. It's one of her best moves. Dash attack's a lot more punishable, though. Spacing back air is so much safer. So generally, you'll only see Palutena players go for the dash attack when they know that they need a really fast option to challenge something else that's coming right for them. And, wow, nice up air to catch that jump, by the way. Catch the up B and take that first stock from AZ Tropical. But dash attack's a lot riskier. The back air is generally going to be seeing a lot more. Nice nair planing here into the up air. And finally, we're going to try to see Game & Watch up B out of disadvantage. But Palutena is ready to deal with all of this good platform cancel up B to center stage. There's charge the up smash again. We see Huggies go for a lot of these up smashes. I don't think I've seen Huggies hit a single one. Definitely throwing out a lot of. There it is. Commentator's curse. I'm going to eat my words right then and there. Finally, Huggies has landed an up smash and has taken a stock. It is done. It's due duty. So congratulations there. My sincere apologies.
This is like the battle of the up airs, by the way. I don't know how we didn't see this before the game started, but the Palutena up airs, the Game & Watch up airs, it's really just going to be a battle of which character can use that up air better. So far, I think I'd give a slight edge to Palutena in that regard, but more than anything else, I really like the way that this Palutena, speaking of the up airs, again, the edge going Palutena. But the back air, I think, is really what is making the difference in terms of neutral for Palutena. Game & Watch doesn't really have anything that can deal with the nair plane or that spaced back air in the neutral. And honestly, I think Palutena has more answers to Game & Watch than the other way around. I'm not sure what, according to Smashboards or whatever, the percentages are for this matchup, but I would think this is slightly Palutena favored.
I think I'm inclined to agree as well. Because she can box so well up close and can kind of deal with the weird disjoints that Game & Watch has with disjoints of her own, and of course dash attack and shield as well. Not to mention, the full screen projectile she can throw an explosive flame, and how light Game & Watch is. Just clipping him and landing pretty much anything and taking those stocks is so huge. I think Palutena is well positioned to 2-stock here. And this was a 3-on-3 stock game to start off the bat, right? So that is a very strong lead for Fanshawe coming up from AZ Tropical, who's clearly not just a Ken one trick, but also really knows how to play the game at a base level.
Very, very, very competent Palutena, if I do say so myself here. But this set is already going much differently, except for the SDs. We apparently still have some of those. I feel like Game & Watch should have been able to recover from that, unless we didn't have a double jump. But that should have been recoverable.
I do also agree that it should have been recoverable. I guess I just wasn't keeping track of where the jumps were at there. But I feel like even with an upbeat, it would have put him in a very risky spot and allow him to get clipped really easily well with Palutena. At least that's an attempt rather than simply falling to your doom, right? There's no guarantee what Palutena will do will kill you off the edge if you at least try to recover. So that is most unfortunate there for Juniata. But Fanshawe here, 5 stocks to 3, right? 2 players to 3. Again, AZ Tropical at 2 stocks up against here this last player. Who knows what
I feel
AZ
like I've
Tropical
seen this before.
Yeah.
Where have I seen this before?
Very familiar. Definitely very familiar. We have the Wii Fit selection yet again. Looks like I got my players from last time mixed up then. But very, very excited to see the Wii Fit versus Palutena. I think, again, this is one of those Palutena favored matchups where Wii Fit speed up close is just not there with how extender hitboxes are, how long they last, the multi-hits, right? You got to watch out for those. Not to mention, Wii Fit is a tall character that those Nair planes are going to hit. They're going to hit hard. You're going to see yourself at 40% or more if you're not careful. I feel like Palutena doesn't have to worry too much about soccer ball, and instead she can keep throwing out fairs, you keep spacing back airs, use that dash attack to challenge Wii Fit's down a dash attack if she wants, or like the dash up forward tilt that Wii Fit like to go for a lot. I think this is still a pretty favored matchup for Palutena. So, even if AZ Tropical isn't able to take all 3 stocks here on the Wii Fit trainer, still going to definitely build a strong lead for Fanshawe, if I could say so myself.
And all of this is to say nothing about Palutena's counter that is also a reflect. So Wii Fit trainers, Sun Salutation, the soccer ball, all of that, you can throw it out and that's fine. But if this Palutena makes a read on you on a fully charged Sun Salutation, that's gonna hurt because Wii Fit trainer is not that heavy. And as you said, she is kind of tall. She's maybe average-ish, maybe slightly taller than average. So it's kind of hard for her to dodge things. And if that Palutena can get a couple of good reads, that'll be lights out for this Wii Fit at maybe about 80 or 90%. This is some of that neutral boxing you were talking about, and that's going to be a down air off stage. The Palutena taking a pretty early stock, about 40 seconds in with the down air, and the Nair planes coming out once again. I mean, that is just every Smash player's nightmare, being in a Nair plane. Palutena, Ike, there are just so many characters that could just Nair plane you to death. It's just,
that is a big part of this game's neutral game. Crossing up with Nair, using the safety of the move, the lasting hitboxes, and how fast it comes out to. It's all really important. Charge the up smash at ledge. Very nice soccer ball to get her off her up smash charge, but that was a great spaced explosive flame right at ledge, and Leafit had the tech to make it back. Oh, Palutena going for the read on the roll get up, but Leafit was not afraid. It just went for the forward tilt.
And I'm really surprised that Palutena between this game and last has not thrown a single counter out. And I guess it's kind of a testament to AZ Tropical's confidence and ability to make reads with combos rather than simply counters, which, you don't want to throw out too much because they're very punishable. But in the right situation, they're obviously very strong. But I mean, hey, I'm not the one who took 7 out of 9 stocks last game. So maybe AZ knows something that I don't.
Right. It might just be a confidence on timing thing. It's a very fundamental thing, but you can get into your own head by trying to force an option and then realizing it's not working. It can really mess with your game flow. So maybe AZ just wants to stick with what they know. Oh my goodness, the explosive flame was out. And then we saw Fry go a little bit right below it and try to throw a soccer ball in return. But in doing so, his hurt box shifted up enough for him to get caught by the explosive flame and kill him off the edge. That is amazing here for AZ Tropical. Even if AZ Tropical goes down now, that's going to be perfect for whoever Fanshaw's last player is. We haven't seen yet to hopefully try and clean up this last stock for Fanshaw's side. Meanwhile, Juniata still in the game here, still with a possibility to get rid of AZ Tropical here and then have a 1-stock to 3-stock final player to final player match next game. But I would not count out AZ Tropical just yet. Here come the Nairs. There's the roar back here. Nice soccer ball to challenge the explosive flame. You got to be watching your ranges when you do that. But oh boy, good dash attack to challenge the aerial in. And now we have the soccer ball to keep the Palatine away. This is kind of the part where we fit Train's going to struggle a bit, where they really want to land a kill move, but Palatine's at 170% of rage here. So any stray smash attack could end up killing. So we Fit needs to be really careful. Nice forward air to kill Palatina off the top. And Juniata is still in the game with 1 stock left. Finally, Fanshawe is forced to bring out their final player.
Who is this mystery player? we shall see. But we Fit losing a couple of stocks. That is unfortunate for Juniata, but like you said, they are not out of it yet. Hops could still bring this back. Going to require a 3-stock, which will be difficult on a character like We Fit Trainer simply because of the weight, if nothing else. But We Fit Trainer is one of the few characters, and I mean very few characters in the game, who can heal themselves without absorbing something from an enemy like Ness or Lucas. However, the heal isn't very much, and it's not super, it's not super impactful, but hey, you never, listen, I'm trying to find a way back in for him. It's a 1v3 stock situation here for a We Fit Trainer. If it's in your kit, you're probably going to need it for this one.
Got to utilize whatever you can. Yeah, the big thing here is how important and so tight of a resource that stocks are in crew battles like these. When you have a player like AZ Tropical, who is just an absolute monster, tearing through stock after stock to the point where last game they didn't even have to bring out their 3rd player from Fanshaw's side. It is so worrisome and so scary that now imagine you're Hops, right? You're We Fit Trainer. You have 1 stock left. The entire team's success relies on you, right? This is set point, and you have only 1 stock left. You're the last player. Everything is on you. Everything is ready on you at this point. You are the make or break here. This is the hand you've been dealt, right? You happened to get here with 1 stock left. Whatever your teammates could do, they did. Whatever you could do, you did up to this point. Now what's it going to be, right? The 1 stock to 3, where are you going to go from? It is terrifying, honestly terrifying.
If I'm Hops, I'm taking a deep breath, doing some deep breathing.
Absolutely. Doing a couple stretches, doing some yoga.
Doing some stretches. Let's get a good stretch, maybe really get into the headspace. But I do think that the win con here for the We Fit Trainer is going to be zoning more than anything else. Again, we're not sure who the opponent is going to be in terms of character, but since you are playing someone who's kind of light, solid combo game, you are going to have to rely on that zoning. So if I was going in blind and I played We Fit Trainer, my game plan would be use those projectiles, put him in disadvantage, play the tech game, get him off stage as much as you can, and just try to get out of neutral. Just don't stay in neutral for as long as you can. But the trick is going to be maybe forcing trips with soccer ball, maybe getting a stray hit with sun salutation, getting some shield pressure that way. Maybe if you're feeling real spicy, using the berry on your jab that exists for some reason. Just I mean, come on, let's be why does it berry?
I don't know. It's the quirkiness of We Fit Trainer cannot be explained.
It cannot be explained. It's like the best way I can think of that. We don't yet understand. Our top people are working on it. But We Fit Trainer, like you said, is a quirky character. And those quirky characters, they have kind of a duality to them. On the one side, because they're so quirky, they play in such an unconventional way. They're kind of unpredictable to people who don't know the matchup super, super well, right? Like, you really have to have intimate knowledge of We Fit Trainer to know exactly how all of those things work. Unlike someone like Ganondorf, where it's pretty straightforward. Like, you look at it a few times, you more or less get how it works, right? We Fit, Pac-Man, Mega Man, weird characters. They're really, really weird. The downside is that because they're so strange, if you play other characters, there's not as much translation in skill. And the way that you execute those characters has to be a little more precise, I think, than if you're playing a more standard character. Like if you're playing a sortie. Like if you play, Crom or Roy and you're switching to Marth or Lucina or something like that, some of the fundamentals are the same, even though they're a different character. Wii Fit, Mega Man, Pac-Man, characters like that, I don't think that rule applies. So it's a blessing and a curse,
Right. They're very different characters for sure. I think precision can be widespread throughout the entire cast, right? You got to be precise to play this game at a high level. But and the way that these characters conduct their neutral gameplay, the way that they kind of have their own, win cons, as you've said before, they have a different style of play. So it's like your fundamental neutral game plan is just so different than I guess your quote unquote standard Smash character that you end up being different in your play style and the way you comprehend the game, right? You start looking at matchups in a different way. Everything's within the lens of your character, who is already functionally very different. And on top of that, these weird characters tend to not necessarily be the most common ones because of how odd they are, right? It seems to go hand in hand that, because they're so out there, unless they're like Omega broken #1 characters in the game, which they're not, they would not be seriously overplayed, which is why they aren't. And so because of that, it also becomes a bit of matchup knowledge checks on the opponent's part, where do you know how to deal with stuff like Mega Man Lemons and Leaf Shield? Do you know how to deal with Pac-Man Hydrant and his neutral B? Do you know how to deal with Wii Fit Trainer, saluting the sun, throwing out the soccer balls and deep breathing, right? Do you know all these janky hitboxes? Do you know forward tilt hits behind it? Do you know forward air can spike on the foot? Like, there's so many weird things about a lot of characters in this game that make them stand out a lot more, that both players of the character and players against the character have to be super aware of. And that's why playing this game can be so scary sometimes and so monumentous almost, it feels, because there's an absolutely massive roster of characters. There's like about 87 characters, something like that. I don't know.
It's crazy.
Upper 80s for sure, or like lower mid 80s for sure. It's just incredible, right? So you have to be prepared to find a way to deal with literally all of them, because you never know who you'll find anywhere. Whether it be you're playing collegiate crews, or you're going to your local event that only 20 people show up to, right? Or you're going to a major with thousands of people showing up. There is so many different players of every character all across the world that you just never know what to expect.
And something about Wii Fit Trainer that I absolutely love. It's like one of my favorite fun facts about this game. Wii Fit Trainer doesn't have the most. I think Donkey Kong has the most, but is one of the characters with, I think, like top 3 most spikes in the game. Back hit a forward air, side B on the forehead, and down air. All spike, and it's amazing. And, like, my friends make fun of me because I only play characters with spikes and Little Mac. Because like anytime someone's off stage, it's like, if you're playing against me, I'm going for a down air. You better be ready. Like you're gonna get spiked, So, and I love that about this character, with all of this weird, just crazy stuff that is just, why is it in the game? They're like, let's give it 3 spikes on top of that. And I love it so much. I love Wii Fit Trainer. She's so weird.
Speaking of other characters you love, it looks like we have the run back of Roy here. We finally see Fanshawe's third mythical and mystic player, Red Bomber. And staying true to the name with how explosive Roy as a character is, and of course representing the red motif very well, we do have quite the Red Bomber on our hands. So it's going to be Roy here dealing with a Wii Fit Trainer with only 1 stock, but already Wii Fit Trainer seems to be off to a good start, where Roy's getting clipped by soccer balls and then getting clipped by up tilts. His jab, 1, 2, 3 is a forward air to follow up. Very nice. Tries to read the tech in. Nice dash attack to get him off stage. Roy's recovery is abusable. Nice neutral B into side B. There's a really early up B. Tries to catch the platform here on Town and City, but it just doesn't quite work out the way you want it to. But now, okay, very early back air into forward smash. That's a bunch of percent off the bat. Red Bomber is going to have to work their way up a lot more here if they want to close out this 1 stock as soon as possible. But Juniata's final player, Hops, is no slouch here. Played for a bunch of percent right now, putting up to 82. I saw a bit of lag and stutter there. That is most unfortunate. Nice clank there. Nothing really resulted from it. Good dash tag from Fry to keep the space that they would like. Insane read after rolling back, going for that forward smash. Only 64% here on Hops. This is actually very, very doable for Juniata. That is a very risky offstage gameplay from Red Bomber. This is so scary. What do you think is going to happen here?
Roy off stage. That always gets me nervous. I'm having flashbacks to Smash 4 right now, man. It's making me sweat. But I do think that Hops is playing this game just remarkably well. Look at these projectile combos. Not just neutral B, but side B and neutral B working in tandem. Red Bomber's really got to get it together here. You do not want to take this to a third match here. You really just want to close this one out. Or at the very least, if you're going to take it to that next one, get AZ on the Ken. But Red Bomber, I think could have... Oh, no.
That could have been a kill there from Hobson, I feel, to try to punish the...
really could have been a kill.
Wow! They
No
parried
punish.
the last hit of that up B, but no punish there. They expected Roy to be up for a bit longer. There's the roll back. The parry on the first part of down smash, but not the second part.
That's so unlucky.
That is so tragic. I would not have expected any player to really have to deal with both hits of Roy down smash, considering, you know, the way it works, right? You're supposed to sweep both sides of you, one after the other. So having to get hit by both is so tragic.
So
and not only
unlucky.
that, but the second part hitting you after making almost a 3-stock comeback to keep your team in the game. Oh my God, that is a heartbreaker right there.
My heart goes out to Hops right now. That is, oh my goodness, that is a tragedy. I've never seen someone get hit by both hits of Roy's down smash. I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
That's what, and he parried it too. That's what bothers me more than anything else. That he parried it and then got hit by the back hit, which is stronger than the front hit. That is so tragic.
That almost didn't kill too. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
Like
if it was front hit, he probably would have lived. That's what bothers me. Wow. But a really, really valiant effort from Hops. I mean, that was
it. Red Bomber was on the ropes. Red Bomber was on the ropes right there. That was such a Hail Mary down smash right there. They really felt like they're in disadvantage for a good chunk of that game. They were just getting clipped by sun salutes and soccer balls left and right. You know, jab 1, 2, 3, 4 their follow-ups from Fit after getting buried. I mean, Hops is playing out of their mind. And Red Bomber was just not ready to deal with that. You'd think Roy's blitzing speed would be fine, but not in this position. They were just not ready for the janky hitboxes that we had to offer, and they were, oh man, what a throw out of that down smash. That was almost random, is what it felt like. It was just, there's just no way you'd swing like that, and it worked. Surprisingly, it worked, and it actually won in the game. I'm sure
but it did.
Fanshawe is really, really happy that Red Bomber was able to pull it in, at least for that last stock. But oh boy.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be having an interview coming up next. But first, we're going to go to a short break. Stay tuned for that. Don't go anywhere. And we will see you soon for a post-game interview.
Yep.
Smash 4 did not have that little bomb thing in it. It had what we used to call the credit card back in the day. And but I think the aerial game here is really going to be important, focusing on that aerial shield poke. Up air, obviously, from Game & Watch.
Out back. And now Pizor's going to be looking for an edge guard.
Pizor honestly putting a lot of pressure on that shield. It's making me nervous because Fry is at 138%. Game & Watch is not a character that benefits from rage very much. And oh no, we haven't takes it.
An uncommon percent for Game & Watch for sure. Hasn't been able to land a single hit so far on the Yoshi. Still throwing out up smashes like no one's business. There is the side to get a 7 for those apples, but gets clamped by the down B.
A little bit more of that up smash that you referenced earlier from the Game & Watch.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of it. I don't know if Game & Watch has hit a single one, but it does not stop him from throwing out more and more. That up smash will hopefully connect one day. Nice!
The heaviest character, but he's not super light either, but he hits very, very hard.
But
almost gets the true Shoryu. That absolutely would have been a stock if that was a hit. McKee.
Nice. And also Game Watch is kind of small, so if that were a different character, some bigger boy, maybe someone like Bowser, that probably would have hit. Just not connecting Game Watch at that distance, but finally gonna get the double crouching medium kick into the true Shoryu. Doesn't quite close out. Nice pair on the first hit.
U2 is one of those characters who's deceptively hard hitting. For his weight. He is very, very light, but hits very, very hard. Oh no. And an SD from Fry, it looks like. And Hazel.
Is right. That up tilt, that running up tilt into up tilt again and Shoryu, that stuff is gonna connect. He's just so large that it's not gonna be too hard for Ken to be able to confirm. That's a thing is damage. Loving this Ken combo here. Not the traditional Ken combo you think of when you think of Ken combos in Smash, but
usually that's Marth that you're thinking of, but this is
right?
just, Ken.
Ooh, there it
No
is. The
way,
triple
Hazel
crouching
than it was in Smash 4. And she's turned out to be a force to be reckoned with in Smash Ultimate, much more so than the previous iteration. But she's got to watch out because she is average, maybe lighter than average, and as we can see right there, the true short...
It almost seems like he's baiting, but he's really not. He's covering options that he just expects the Wii Fisher to run into, and it happens to work about 80% of the time. And he's getting so much damage off. The nice ledge coverage there with the soccer ball and a down air coming out from kick and standing heavy kick. Doesn't quite take the stock just yet. Really close though. We're probably fishing for a True Shoryu really soon. There it is. The run up True Shoryu. There's the double crouching light into True Shoryu. Too many light kicks right there. Focus attack going all the way. Nice spot dodge from the punish from Wii Fit. Now we have Ken on ledge. The forwarder actually spikes. Gotta watch out for that. Tries to go for down smash. Doesn't quite get it. Now Ken's fishing for kill confirms too. There's the double crouching light kick. He's gonna go out with this. Kind of try to play a really messy mid range, right? Where they're just baiting stuff out. They're throwing out a lot of hitboxes, applying a lot of pressure. Wolf's got things like forward tilt, forward air. You can try to use laser. Nice down smash to catch that up B. Oh my goodness.
But both of these characters are really strong at edge guarding, both on stage and off stage. And as we saw earlier with that down smash, the Wolf can cover ledge very, very well. He's still using that disadvantage very well, keeping Wolf off stage here.
Right, this final stock has looked to be a lot of Fry stock, where Pizarro was really starting to rack up any percent all. Now make it somewhat even. I think Pizarro's looking for that offstage get, but nice recovery from Fry to get the jump.
In the first place. Because this Palutena, if she has any idea what she's doing, if this AZ Tropical fella is even half as good at Palutena as he is at Ken, then this is going to be rough. But
ooh,
as
nice.
we can see, right as I say that, the ledge...
With dash attack and back air, it's one of her best moves. Dash attack's a lot more punishable though. Spacing back air is so much safer. So generally, you'll only see Palutena players go for the dash attack when they know that they need a really fast option to challenge something else that's coming right in front of them. And wow, nice up air to catch that jump. By the way, again, we see Huggies go for a lot of these up smashes. I don't think I've seen Huggies hit a single one. Definitely throwing out a lot of. There it is. Commentator's curse.
I'm going to
eat my words.
Right? A slight edge to Palutena in that regard, but. More than anything else, I really like the way that this Palutena. Oh, speaking of the up airs, again, the edge going
one trick, but also really knows how to play the game at a base level.
Very, very, very competent Palutena, if I do say so myself here. But this set is already going much differently, except for the SDs. We apparently still have some of those. I've heard this Wii Fit at maybe about 80 or 90%. This is some of that neutral boxing you were talking about, and that's going to be a down air off stage. The Palutena taking a pretty early stock, about 40.
Charge the up smash at ledge, very nice soccer ball to get her off her up smash charge, but that was a great spaced explosive flame right at ledge, and Leaf had the tech to make it back. Oh, Palutena head by trying to force an option, and then realizing it's not working, it can really mess with their game flow. So maybe AZ just wants to stick with what they know. Oh my goodness, the explosive flame was out. In a way, this is kind of the part where Leaf fans gonna struggle a bit, where they really want to land a kill move, but Palutena's at 170% of rage here. So any stray smash attack could end up killing. So Wii Fit needs to be really careful. Nice forward air to kill by soccer balls, and again clipped by up tilts. His jab 1-2-3 is a forward air to follow up. Very nice. Tries to read the tech in. Nice dash attack to get him off stage. Roy's recovery is abusable. Nice neutral B into side B. There's a really early up B. Tries to catch the platform here on Town and City. Played for a bunch of percent right now, putting up to 82. I saw a bit of lag and stutter there. That is most unfortunate. Nice Clair. Nothing really resulted from it. Good dash attack from Fry to keep the space that they would like. Insane read after rolling that up B, but no punish there. They expected Roy to be up for a bit longer. There's the roll back. The parry on the first part of Welcome back, everybody. Here we are after the conclusion of the Fanshawe versus Juniata set. It was a 2-0 in Fanshawe's favor. And there's one particular star player who really made a mark on this set. They really made their presence known. They were quite fiery and explosive all throughout the entire set, even after the character switch. But of course, if you guys are keeping up the set at this point, you should obviously know that we are talking about AZ Tropical. So after this set, we definitely wanted to have him in here to congratulate him for his victory and ask him a couple of questions. Hi there.
Yep,
Congratulations.
hello.
How are you doing tonight? How are you feeling after that win?
Feeling pretty good. Wasn't really too sure like how we would do at like the start because our player he wasn't able to make it until the last minute. So I was a bit skeptical, but we pulled through. So that's always really good.
Yeah, it's really pulled through. What got you into to playing Ken? When I looked at your Discord bio, I see there's quite a few characters that you have on draw. So what just made you want to play Ken into that matchup, especially since you're going into Game and Wash to begin with? What was your thought process behind that?
Yeah, so it was actually a very interesting reasoning why why I went into Game and Watch because I wasn't really too sure about my other characters, but I know that I can definitely do some hard damage, or I can definitely hard carry as Ken in like in crew battles. So I saw he was at 1 stock, so I thought to myself, all right, I'll try to get the 1 stock, and then I'll see what I could do for the rest of the crew battle essentially.
And how are you feeling after, in that conversion, trying to take 1 stock off Game Watch? That first stock looked a little rough for you, and he was actually able to claim that first stock off of you. And now you're going into this next match against the Mewtwo with only 2 stocks. Was your mentality a little bit different, or were you still expecting to just absolutely truck as hard as you can and just do as much damage as you can?
When I saw the Mewtwo, I thought that like I would be okay, and then last match was like the Wii Fit, and then overall I thought I was gonna be okay unless it feels like a really bad matchup, like a hard zoner or like a min or like a Belmont even. So most characters against the cast I'm really comfortable against, but like if it's just like those really bad matchups, then I would just have to definitely switch out.
Okay.
So I have to ask. I would be remiss if I didn't ask. I think this is something that Combo wants to know as well. You took 7 stocks the first game on the Ken, right?
Yeah.
First off, we loved the Ken. We're big fans of the Ken. So second game starts, and we're like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna see if AZ's gonna carry on the Ken again, and then you pull out Palutena. Why did you switch to Palutena? What triggered that in your mind since you did so well on the Ken? Like, why change it?
Reasoning I switched because I saw how they weren't going to the Game and Watch first. So usually I would always think that like they're like the player that does the most damage to our team. It's not always about like which player is the best, but who does the most damage on like to our team would definitely be the anchor. So I was actually more comfortable with Palu like against Game and Watch compared to Ken, honestly, because I can't really do much as Ken. Like going into Game and Watch, so I just had to play it more safe. I had to play more safe. I had to play more careful. So I thought Palu was like honestly like the better switch.
What was going through your mind moving into that second step where after you did as much damage as you could with Palutena, right? You gave your team only 1 stock left on hops on the Wii Fit trainer, right? You had Red Bomber pull up with all 3 of their stocks. What were you feeling throughout that game, seeing hops gain so much momentum and putting down Red Bomber so hard for a lot of those interactions? How were you feeling about the state of the set as a whole?
Honestly, it was just like a really big roller coaster, honestly. So because like first it was like started from like from like over here, like going up a bit, like Red's getting some damage, and then it would just go down like once the SD, and then once he loses the second stock, and then it goes back up again, like it goes back up, and then we somehow win the round. But
what do you think about that Hail Mary down smash? Both hits hitting the Wii Fit, first hit parried, second hit connects and happens to win. How was your heart leap out of your chest, or what was that?
I was actually in shock, honestly. I was super shocked how I wasn't expecting it. So it was very interesting to like definitely watch it. That first down smash, Harry second, I see the second one hit. I just pop off, dude. I just pop off so hard.
Yeah, it definitely threw us commentators.
We couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we were thrown for a loop for sure. It. We were like, that is such an odd option to throw out there, but man, it worked. How did it work?
Like I was a Roy main in Smash 4. I've thrown out that move thousands of times. Never in my life have I seen both hits hit someone front and back, and then the back one actually connect after a parry on the first. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was rather a crazy turn of events there. that was insane.
But you guys ended up coming away with the win. Fanshawe 2-0. AZ Tropical, the man of the hour. Once again, congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. How are you guys feeling about this circuit as a whole? What's moving next? What teams you guys kind of looking forward to? You're a little bit afraid of? What's going on?
Usually for us, we have a couple big teams. Like big teams. Definitely facing some like some Canada teams. So I'm actually really hyped for that. Um, Overall, I believe this is like we're just starting right now. I think we can get like a lot better. And definitely play better. Um, so definitely today it was definitely only going up and definitely only going better from
Yeah, you guys put on an absolutely fantastic show. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any other questions, Sadak, or you all
Good to
good?
go.
All
Yep,
good.
we're good to go.
Awesome.
there. We should be good.
Congratulations again on your win.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much. Thank you.
for what you've put on for us. And best of luck in the rest of the circuit. We hope to see you back here soon.
Yep.
You take care.
Yep.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us today. Esports U Network Smash Ultimate and Combo. What a set that was.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was, especially that second game. It was just up, it was down, up and down. We didn't know which way it was going to go. The last game, last hit, last stock situation. You love to see those.
Yeah, it's man, the roller coaster second game especially provided. I always felt like, this team has a lead. This is where the momentum is going to go. Like this is kind of how I expect things to logically play out, and everything flips itself on the head, just like multiple times, beginning to end. That felt like a thriller. You just never knew what was really going to happen. Like Red Bomber suddenly completely, just getting absolutely thrown around right by Hops. Hops having so much momentum. It's like, wait, this could be Hops' game. This could be, a 1-1 set. We have to go to a game 3. And then just that random down smash from Red Bomber closing out. Oh, man. What a set. Definitely kept us tight in our seat. Of course, that first set was also a wonder to watch too. AZ Tropical going through 7 stocks with the Ken is just, oh, man, so much fun to watch. And I definitely hope to see more fighting game characters out there for sure. Man, what a fun night tonight. And I'm hoping for a lot more in the future too, both from this team and from every other team in the conference. It's going to be absolutely great.
Absolutely. It's going to be an amazing season. I'm sure if it's anything like tonight, it's going to be one for the books. Well, I have been IRL Psyduck. This has been my good friend Combo. We are signing off for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Esports U Network. We'll see you soon.
For sure.